So we are we're trekking off into the desert with a caravan. I think the best way of describing this, if you have not seen Vagrus, the Riven Realms by Lost Pilgrims here, I think it's kind of like a blending of, if you take something like a little bit of Kenshi, a little bit of like Oregon Trail, and a little bit Dungeons and Dragons. I think that's kind of what you get with Vagrus. It's this we're a caravan in this sort of not dystopian, but post-apocalyptic sort of setting, trying to make our way across the wastes, make a living. We're traders. We're well, you can be whatever you want. You can be smugglers. You can be traders. You can be explorers. You can be hunters. In this very difficult game, it's not a game that you can just jump into and kind of goof around and expect to get anywhere. I remember last time there was a choice of I think I tried a smuggling deal, and I think that smuggling deal was kind of what led me to my eventual downfall later on, because people were angry at me. I think I got caught, and I fell into this sort of spiral, and things kind of fell apart. Maybe later on, once you're into the game for a little bit, that's okay, but it is a very difficult game. It does not hold your hand. That's where the Kenshi part comes in. It's very story heavy, a lot of reading. There's a lot of detail in here. There's a lot of complexity in here. And that's where the D&D part comes in. But you're also a caravan. You're building your caravan out and trading things and making some money being a trader in the wasteland. That's the Dungeons and Dragons part of this. And look, dragons. So this came out back in 2021, was full release. I've played it a lot. I haven't played it since then. I'm actually in the game. The developers put me in the game. And I've not played it since then. It's gotten a ton of updates since the last time I played it, including a big DLC has been released in here. Right now, it is the turn-based Thursday Fest, which is putting it at half price, $15 for this game, plus the extra stuff there. And we're gonna try it out. So this is a story, a lot of reading, a lot of story things going on, but let's see what we can get into here. We're gonna go Wasteland mode. There is an easier mode if you want a more narrative kind of a thing, but we'll go with Wasteland mode. Whole game is to find yourself in the game. If you do, you win. So remember last time
yes, a Vagrus. What a profession. Daring and savvy, always watching the horizon, always looking for an opportunity, and of course, for what is best for his comitatus, eh? And you are a Vagrus too, are you not? Many of your kind have I seen in my long life as a vagabond. Care to listen to a story about your exquisite occupation, good master? It is a tale of woe and terror, but it is also a tale that is true, as I have seen it with mine own eyes.
So this is do you want to play the tutorial, or do you want to just play the game? The tutorial is, I definitely recommended. It's very, not hand-holdy, but linear. Point. The main game is open, sandbox. Do whatever you want. Make a living however you want. You want to be a smuggler. You want to be a hunter. You want to be an outlaw killer. You want to be a bounty hunter. I suppose that's the same thing. I think you can even be an outlaw. There's a lot of different factions in this game, and you can be a part of them. You can level them up. We're gonna go in and we're not gonna do the
good master.
Tutorial.
Fair enough. You don't want to hear tales of trusts betrayed and of bad decisions. It makes sense to me, with you also being a Vagrus and all that. Tell me, have you been long at it? And where do you come from? It is not often that I can talk to one of your kind.
Okay, so it is character creation time. There's a bunch of different characters, races in here. Again, this is a fantasy setting. I think I could be mistaken. I think this was created based on a little bit the devs D&D campaign or something. I think there's some story along with that. I can't remember. But you'll see a lot of that stuff in there. So there's different kinds of humans we can be here, and these are just also different factions. And mostly we're looking at the perks, though. Do we want to have we begin with an item, or we have a character trait, those kinds of things. There's a dwarf. There's the dwarven kingdom of Dvendar Thar. We get a gadget. We get a tough perk, all this kind of stuff. Dark elves, orcs, demon kin, intimidation. So I think what we're going to do... I got to go dwarf, you know. Stocky and sturdy dwarves are hardy folk. Men are almost always grow beards. We can evaluate. We're tough, and we have a dwarven gadget item. We're just gonna take it just because it's dwarves. But each of these will have like different. Some of them. Do they have any? Yeah. So there's you see like the houses are the different factions, and there's like the trading faction, and there's the slaver faction, and all of these folks. You know, this one comes with awnings on your mount. So we're riding this big beast. We're gonna go dwarf, just because it's dwarf. Xavier, hey, thanks. That's kind of you to say, Xavier. I'm glad you found some good stuff. Thanks for popping in here. Okay, so as far as our background goes, there's a lot of them have opened up with the DLC and the extra stuff. We're gonna do one of. I saw one in here. Oh, why is it not? Oh, it's probably not open to me because I chose dwarf. I was gonna do ranger, but I may not. I guess I'm not gonna do that this time. So I think what I want to do. None of this stuff really makes any sense right now, but it will as we get into this. And the most important thing is I'm going to try to build something that will survive, and it's going to be really tough. And if we get like stuck out in the wastes, we could easily fall apart. But if we've got a good survival stat, resourcefulness used to aid in various tasks, such as tests, we'll have dice rolls basically. It'd be probably a good thing. So we're going to be an adventurer dwarf, I think. Prospecting, skill in mining, scavenging, and digging. Tough perk. Loaders Guild. Oh, you know what? +2 worker. Okay, we're gonna be a laborer. Laborer is even better. We can begin being a slaver. No thanks. Laborer is good. Yeah, and of course there's a bunch of them in here. So that's I'm happy with the laborer. That's good. Get a couple extra workers for our caravan because we're a whole caravan company basically, or caravan, not company. Caravan is probably the right word. Hey, thanks, Xavier. So we're gonna be, as far as our calling, so again, the Explorer, Mercenary, Trader are gonna just give us different perks. And we're gonna go with Trader just because it's gonna give us some reputation, which is nice to have, and a little bit of a help, a little bit of a boost to our starting caravan. We get some beast lures as well. Yeah, I like it. My ambition. How do we want to win? You can just say, I don't care, I'm gonna play until I'm done playing the game. Till you're become well known and respected, learn things, or just have a lot of cash. We'll just play. Well, we'll throw some wealth. We'll just see what we get with wealth. Now for our perks. So these are we got 10 points to spend here, and what I want to look at is hey, we got a value already, and prospecting is pretty good. I want to make sure we get some in survival. It's important to make sure we don't die out there. Get some foraging along the way. We can also get like beast lore, which will help with scaring things away. Also hunting things in case we get lost out there. What I'm trying to basically do is give us like the ability to like survive if we're out there in the wastes. Aid is also another one that's not too bad. So we can use our resourcefulness to bring back companions from a down state in companion combat. So if somebody gets hurt, we can bring them back. Traverse allows us to basically get extra walking points. Healer, we can heal injuries. I think that might be okay. Help me stay alive here. And we can put more points into it if we want. I think I might put another point into survival. And then maybe one in herb lore. So we can oh, that's foraging. I realize I'm a dwarf. Let's put another point into prospecting. Yeah, I got 2 more points. We can be mighty. Physical strength. I'm going to try to not get in a lot of fights, although we are tough. So if we get into a fight, we know what to do. Vigilance. Negotiate. Strong-minded. Dexterous. Charismatic. I think we're going to be mighty. Still engineering. Arcane. Magic sense. What's a skulker do? Skulker. I don't remember that one. Skulker allows me to... Come on, give me my tooltip. +2 ambush. You know how to remain unseen, unheard, and effectively ambush people. Well, okay. Alright. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. We can be a little mighty, I think, along with it as well. Hunting's probably also a good one to take as well. Actually, I'm going to take off mighty and put it into hunting. There we go. Okay. My name, they call me Nook. I am a boy Nook. I'm a boy dwarf. And yeah, that guy's fine. There's my bonuses. And now this is me. These are my bonuses. Not necessarily my caravan. It's me. So we shall begin.
Curious. I am humbled to have made your acquaintance, good master.
I'm sure that many great adventures await you on your journeys. It was an honor talking to you, good master. But these old bones are aching, and I must rest now. Oh, yes. Perhaps we will talk in the morning. Perhaps we will. May the gods guard your sleep.
Hey, Uncharted, how you been? All right, sleep slowly but steadily begins to overwhelm you. It's the late hour, the exhausting journey, or the mesmerizing voice of the old man. You faintly recall stumbling to your tent and crawling inside, and it's only darkness. This is a reading game. There's gonna be a lot of reading going on here. For instance, morning creeps up quietly on the arid wasteland. You wake up and step out of your tent into the crisp air, yawning, stretching, and blinking into the orange light of the rising sun. There's a lot of reading, but it is important, especially for sometimes I play games and it's like there's just paragraphs of reading and not really any meat to it, there's not really reason to it. It's just whoever wrote it like the right things. There is a reason with this, and I think a big part of this game is the atmosphere and sort of getting your mind into the game, into the atmosphere of the game. That's what I'm trying to say. So we're gonna read this stuff. The fiery orb's warm rays are welcome. In stark contrast to how well you feel in a few hours, your crew, groggy still after an early start, shambles around camp, busy with their chores. Some of them are still huddled around their dying fires. You look at the horizon to the north and find it empty against the morning haze. Yet you know that beyond the jagged line of the way station of Kernak awaits, which is where we're going. A short stop on your journey to a proper city, less than a week of trudging through the plains till you reach Torzag's shelter. You'll rest there and find much needed work. So our goal basically, we'll go to this way station. We may get a mission to take us up to Torzag, and then when its gloves are off, you're out in the world. This was the reason you took the Comitatus north to Terra Supra, the lands beyond. New opportunities. The previous Vagrus of this traveling company perished several weeks ago. Even though you worked for her only a few months and are indeed quite new to this wandering business, crew elected you to take her place because she trusted your abilities. Morning, Vagrus. One of your guards walks up to you and draws out of your reverie. That old geezer you talked to last night is about to leave and wanted to say goodbye before he does. You nod and head to the campfire. You find the old storyteller in the process of packing his meager equipment while whistling a tune. Hey, old man! Clear my throat. Thanks for coming, good master, the old man says, still fiddling with his sling bag. I will not go to Torzag shelter with you. My path leads elsewhere. I'm grateful for you for letting me travel with your Comitatus. Yes, I hope I've earned my keep. Because he had no coin or anything of value when you came across him in the middle of nowhere 3 days ago, you allowed the old man to travel with you in from your stores, in exchange for entertaining your crew with stories along the way. True enough, no hour has passed without a tale being recited by a strange fellow. He even made an effort to entertain you while sitting at your campfire last night. Be that as it may, you allowed him to tag along as an act of kindness. The old man turns to you and smiles innocently. I may be able to repay you more properly by giving you some advice. If you don't mind me saying, good master, you are only starting your adventure as a Vagrus. Perhaps you could use such wisdom. So, he's basically going to tell us, I've read through this before, he's going to tell us, go to the camp, meet this guy, get a job, go north. I ain't interested in your advice, old man. As you will, good master. Who is old Agus to lecture you? Indeed, mind me not, mind me not. The vagabond takes up his gear. Time to go. He limps away, smiling awkwardly, but just as you're about to return to your duties, he stops and calls to you. One more thing, yes, before I forget, there's someone in Torzag who could probably be a great help to you, good master. Let me at least guide you to him in exchange for your hospitality. I'm listening. The chap is called Braxius. This is basically what he says before. The other way, just with more words. Strange fellow, really, not only because of his peculiar lineage. You see, he runs a shop. He'll buy any trinket off of you, just that you do not need any longer. He may say something useful, too. Who knows? I'm just remembering now, he once sold a Gavranian wood talisman to an orc mercenary who... The old man stops abruptly when he notices the expression on your face. He smiles apologetically. Where was I, good master? Get out of here. I'll go find Braxius. His shop, just east of the Cowrish Market, in a small street that has a dark stone statue of Mercatus over a fountain. Best of luck. Irafons be with you, good master. I better go now. All right. I can tell him to get lost. Return. Thanks. You watch him set off alone into the wasteland. Time to set out. Torzag shelter is waiting. Before that, it would behoove you to visit Kernak way station. A day's travel north. You obtain much needed supplies and any news there, or maybe some work. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, so here's the game. We got a map. This is the map of the world. Now, there's only a few things that show up here, but there's a lot of stuff in there's a lot of stuff in the world. A lot of little things will pop up as we sort of discover them around here. Right now, we just know where Torzag is. That's about it. And where Devon is. My character, by the way, lives in a town right over here. If you want to find me. But yeah, big map. Lots of things are going to be popping here shortly. So let's go and do some walking. So we can travel 8 movement points. And so to go from here to here, it takes 3. You can't really see the 3 back there. 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, and walk from each point. Each of these spots is basically an event. We're trying to get to that station right there. We can march. We can sort of force march. We get a little bit of perk to do that. And there's my stats, my caravan stats. This is a trading game, so there's a price history. And so we can keep an eye. Once we go to all these different places, we'll be able to see all the different prices and how much they sell for and all that kind of stuff. Because that's like the base part of the game. Of course, we have our almanac thing here. It tells us what everything is as well. Let's see. My people are here. We got no one like running the show. We'll find some folks in a second. We got no companions. It's just me and my crew. We have a few slaves. We got some workers. We got some scouts. We got some fighters. We have some outriders, mounts, and beasts of burden. We can actually take some of our fighters and put them on mounts like that, so they can like ride along with us. I think it takes away some like storage space. Yeah, it takes a little bit of storage space away by doing that. Not a big deal right now. And we are carrying some supplies, which you can see we've got 8 days of snacks for our unit. We got this big one beast basically pulling us. We've got some saddlebags sitting on this thing, and we'll find all kinds of gear that we'll eventually get on this guy. And we're carrying 21 units of wine that we're gonna try hopefully sell over here. Anything that pops up over here, we'll see over this way. So like we got a journal for the pawnbroker. He says go talk to that guy. Yeah. My job, my ambition, become wealthy. Yeah, you know. Let's go walking. So we can go over here. It takes 3 steps to go that way. We can also camp. We're gonna go ahead and go straight to the way station and walk over there and just start walking. If there's 6 points to walk there, well, we made it. The Comitatus descends into the great basin that shelters Karnak Way Station from the worst of the jagged wastes, dusts, and rock storms. Even at this distance, the walled compound, you can see that the outpost is vastly overcrowded. Dozens of Komitati and literally hundreds of travelers swarm the confines of Karnak Station, now surrounded by makeshift camps and improvised mancios. You're gonna see a lot of like Roman Empire influence things within this, where you'll see you'll just kind of see like hints of. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pop into Karnak Station here. A pair of gruff-looking mercenaries walk out to meet you and give you a half-hearted hail. The first one to speak is a tall, lean, tainted fellow armed with a barbed spear. Gotta say, you folk just keep popping up like wraiths around a rotten corpse. He sighs heavily. Move your arse over there and try to settle in without a fuss. He points to a large area outside with a low stone walls northwest of the way station. All right. Well, I was cooking up some sweet potatoes today. I thought I'd do some mashed sweet potatoes today for dinner. And I noticed something that I've noticed several times, because this is a common meal, is that when you go to mash sweet potatoes, you'll notice they become very quiet as you begin mashing the sweet potatoes. And there's a term for that. It's called the silence of the yams. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't told that joke before, but just pretend like you haven't heard it. You nod to the mercenaries and lead the Comitatus to the designated spot. Crew strikes a camp, and everyone's settled in after a quarter of an hour. Thanks, Reduce. All right, sheltered in an arid basin surrounded by stone walls and guarded by grim mercenaries, Karnak Station provides all the illusion of safety most travelers crave. A quick glance at the many signs of the past destruction tells a tale of raiders, rock storms, or worse. Despite rebuilding time and again, it's not long before the jagged waste claims this place for good. So we can go to we got a guarded compound here. We can go anywhere else. We can visit the market. We can buy and sell things at the market. We don't really know prices of stuff. Like, we know where prices are now here. We can see where they are in Karnak Station. We don't know anything else. We don't know any other deals, though. So we could buy this bronze for 3 silver. We can sell it for 7. That doesn't sound like a very good deal. But that'd be kind of silly of us to go out and buy stuff and not know where to go. But what we can do is we can go into the tavern here, and we can say we can chat. We get some local news. Chat and get some local news. There's our news. Not much. Apparently the trade routes are blocked. We can see if there's some people who want to go. Some travelers turn back from the south. Somebody wants to go Tornak. Where do you want to go? You want to go to Torzag Shelter? I'm going there anyway. We can take you up there. So we can take them. Yeah, so we can find some jobs here. Is the game about trading itself, or is it a means to an end? So it is. There is a story. Like, there is a you don't necessarily have to follow the story, as far as I understand. There's the world is dynamic, and you will basically be putting your effort into building up your caravan so that you can explore the world. It's kind of where it ends up going. So we got let's stop by the guarded compound. Travelers gather here to enjoy a little rest before leaving Kurnak. So the whole compound is crowded with people. Travelers, comitatus, crews, vagrants, mercenary warbands, trading house agents, smugglers, prostitutes, thieves, and of course, beggars. The largest stone building housing the tavern is filled to the brim with customers, so much so that you can't get inside for a drink. Luckily, they had sense to set up a bar outside too, and the kitchens try to serve as many clientele as possible. Should you be into jacre meat steaks or fried a whore of lava, that is, the noise and the stench of sweat and booze make you feel like you're in a war camp. Asking around, you hear of several organizations looking for transportation of goods and personnel. So we're like, we'll just chat it out. We'll see what they got to say. Order a mug of mushroom ale and some food. You sit down on a bench under dusty awnings and take a look around. All kinds of people here. Ferocious look at orc mercenaries, arm wrestle at a long table nearby. Laughing out loud, body jokes, a tainted woman juggling knives with 6 long, 3-jointed arms, intimidating dragonkin warriors, colorful steel armor. Tarkian traders lounging on large pillows around a small portable table with cups of coffee and a hookah. Dwarf selling scavenged junk from the back of a tumbled-down cart. Even weird insect people you've never seen before, chittering away in their melodious language. There are some other Vagri you can talk to and soon learn the reason of the state of this place. Apparently, the Imperial legions have closed off the only pass through the Sepus Mountains in the south. Can I click on that? No, it just gives me a little tip here. So the Sepus Mountains of this town, okay, to the south have been cut off. Not long ago, turning back anyone and everyone on both sides. This plunged the travel plans and business enterprises of many into utter chaos. People suspect that this is a reaction to the strange earthquake several weeks ago and the terrible windstorms that followed. The winds have been crazier than usual ever since, and many people engulfed by them complain about having nightmares and constant headaches. We can ask about the blockade, the legions, we'll ask about the blockade. Small pot-bellied, swarthy bandle man, reputedly a spice raider, tells you the tale of his encounter with the soldiers at the pass just several days ago. They told him that a new senatorial decree forbids anyone except military personnel passing through the mountains from either direction due to concerns for their safety. No explanation given, and it looks like a small army had joined the garrison at the Twin Towers, the forts guarding the pass. And there's a story about stories, everything. You can learn all this stuff. Legionaries mean business too, pal. The bandit trader waved his hand dismissively. I don't advise going down there and playing tough. It's clear that the Imperials truly and well pooed themselves for some reason. I doubt they'll ever tell you the real reason why. Blockades cause an uproar and will surely continue to do so when more and more people realize that they are practically cut off from the lands and provinces south. Hardest hit are Vagri, such as yourself, who now have to rethink their destinations entirely. Is there a work for us? While most travelers are trying to figure out what to do now, the representatives of several organizations are looking for Vagri to take their cargo north, mostly to Torgad's. We're going anyway, Torzag Shelter. So, about these winds and dreams, I'm curious about this. Young but uncharacteristically, I can't say that word. A young but uncharacteristically talkative Ashkalite novice has a sizable audience gathered around him, and he relates what he has gathered as the topic of the winds and has gone mad. It all started weeks ago with that earthquake. People say that the epicenter was somewhere southwest of here. Since then, the wind has changed. Almost everyone here has had bad dreams or has heard strange voices in the wind. The further southwest one goes, the more intense it gets. Many of his audience complain about headaches they get ever since they've heard the voices. There is hushed talk of travelers going insane and their brains literally burning to a crisp. Through such talk is such talk is difficult to believe. Okay. Let's talk to the agents of these factions looking to haul goods and passengers. Quick survey of the options reveals several factions are willing to pay for you to haul their cargo and take some people to Torzag shelter to the north. Agents of the trading house looking to cut losses, as well as a bunch of shady fellows, probably smugglers, who promise that you will not regret taking them and their stuff to the great city. Another group, some pilgrims who wanted to reach the shrine in the north, now wish to turn back towards the shelter. Last but not least, there is a company of foreign merchants from the Dragonlands looking for a new market. Whoever you choose, you will not be able to strike a deal with another group, and you will make sure we do it. Get there safe and sound. So, if I remember right last time, I think I chose smugglers last time, and it kind of led me down a bad path. So I'm not doing it this time. So we could play it safe and just take the traders to the trading house. And so basically by doing this, there's a lot of different factions in this game, and so we're going to try to make ourselves, like, friendly with the good guy, with certain factions. By doing that, we get bonuses or whatever. I'm kind of curious about the religious pilgrims, and that one is tickling my fancy, or something. So we get trading house. We can deal with the smugglers. We can take the religious folk. We can make a deal with the traders from the Dragonlands to get them up there, or it's no decision. I mean, what's wrong with a couple of religious pilgrims? That sounds like a good idea. I should probably do the trading house, but you know what? Let's try it. The deal is struck fairly quickly as the pilgrims are getting very eager to leave and reach Torzag's shelter. There are 8 of them, all grim members of the Church of Sergorod. Also carry sizable cargo of sacrificial wine they're originally taking to a shrine in the far south. As per the agreement, you have to travel to the city without unnecessary delay, and they will add their remaining supplies to your stores when you arrive. You'll be handsomely compensated when you reach the shelter's gates. Okay, I'll load the goods up. Make sure I got 2 empty cargo slots before doing that. So who's this church? Institution of the God of Vengeance. Okay, that's good. Tasked with upholding the law in cities, hunting down criminals, and delivering justice by imperial decree. Okay, gives them unprecedented power that is often abused. Okay, I'm glad we chose the good guys. I'm good. I'm starting to think maybe I chose these guys last time. The whole compound is crowded with people: travelers, comitatus, crews, vagrants, mercenary warbands. Yeah, we're going to leave the compound. Hey, thanks, Raketh. Have a good one, Xavier. Okay, so let's go. And we got those 2 spots. We got to leave those empty because our folks are coming with us. So we may not be able to take. Also, by the way, we can buy stuff. We can buy an extra guard animal. We can buy skewers. We can buy extra storage if they had it, or awnings for ourselves, so we can consume less water along the way. Might not be a bad idea. I don't have a ton of cash, but so we'll keep an eye. We'll keep it careful. We'll not spend too much. It might not be a bad idea to go maybe pick up a couple of, like, how much are these guys? They're cheap, so we could get like a couple of, even like a fighter, just to kind of round us out to 8. They're cheap. I'll buy a fighter. There we go. So we got a nice even 8. I got 7 workers. We want an extra worker. He's so cheap. 1 worker. Okay. Now we're feeling good. I like it. We can rest here, which we do need to rest here before we leave. So we will, I think, do that. We can also buy an extra beast or mount. I can buy a rumor. The trader out blocked. Might this be an opportunity in disguise? I'll buy that rumor. Station is abuzz with traders. Yeah. Now have a lot of unsold merchandise on their hands due to blockade down south. That wine might fetch an especially good price up north. Well, that's a happy coincidence. We have wine in my cargo hold, and we're about to have a little bit more. Nice. Let's rest. Okay, we can send our folks out like to do like odd jobs while they're out there. So we send our workers out to do some jobs to earn some coins. Might return with additional goods, but there's sort of a dice roll with this. They may lose morale or whatever. We can send our slaves out to do it as well. We'll send our workers out. So they gotta may really have. It's not actually a very good chance. So we may earn 3 copper. We may earn up to 3 copper. So the failure is we'll probably just get poor earnings. 3% chance they lose morale and work. Nah, they get some work done. Can send them both out there. Yeah, yeah. And our rations right now are fine. We can do good rations or extra. And I think we'll pay later. And let's end the day. And we failed our job. We lost a little bit of vigor, but we gained a little bit. We got a little bit of cash out of it. Vagrus is a difficult game in various ways, in a variety of ways. Common mistake you make is spending too fast. Focus on faction trade tasks. Takes you to new locations. Many mercenary tasks are extremely difficult for the new comitatus. Fighting outlaws or creatures is not an income source in general. Try to avoid conflict when you can. And you'll likely run into a few death spirals before getting the hang of it. Don't be discouraged if it happens. Got it. Thanks, game. Thanks. we are rested. Let's get out of here. Let's leave. Okay, load the cargo. Put up the passengers. Okay, we got 40 wine and we got a Sigurd pilgrims with us. After your crew unloads the cargo, the new comas take their places along the line and on the carts. They remind you that going anywhere else other than Torzag shelter renders your agreement null and void. Yeah, I got it. Okay, now we got to go north. So we want to go. I can't move this one. I think we'll just take the road. We'll just kind of scoot along the road here. We know we're going up north to this place, so we're gonna go something like we can go 8. So we can like walk to there. Do some hiking out there. We may find something like things along the way. We can like stop and acquire supplies. We can also do this little perk here. We don't have. I didn't get enough resourcefulness to do that, did I? So we can't actually do my perk I thought we might do. So we will just rest here. Rest for a day. No need to run out and do anything crazy. We're just gonna take a little nap, and then we'll continue on. 8 days. Start walking. And then we rest again. And then nobody's guarding, right? Yeah, they're just. We got people. We do have guards. I can send out my scouts to hunt. I do start with scouts, don't I? But they're gonna fail. So we don't want to do that. So they may come back with some supplies, but they're probably gonna fail. If we get fewer supplies gain, we may lose some folks if we do it. We don't need to do that just yet. We're fine. Let's make our way back up here now. Keep on walking. And we're trying to go to there. That's where we're going. We'll camp again. We've got, how much food do we have here? 4 days of food. So we'll have to buy some food when we get to Torzag. Walking in, there it is. We'll rest one more day. And we'll cruise on into the place. Okay, Comitatus is in sight of the nearby settlement, eager to get some well-deserved rest, but what do the people who you took on at Karnak say about all this? They're happy. A great black blood mountain towers ahead, crowned with a black fortress and jagged battlements. The single immense wall that blocks entry into the bowels of the mountain looms ahead. Passengers making ready to depart, but first they check their cargo. Cargo's in order. Passengers quickly unload it. After giving you the remaining supplies, one in charge hands you the agreed-upon fee for your services and turns to you before leaving. The Raging Ones shall give you strength, Vagrus. Okay, so he took his wine back, but he gave us 150 supplies. The Church of Sigurd likes us more. They leave us, and he gave me some cash. They're gone, as is their cargo. Let's head into the Dark City. Okay. Reach the fortified gates of the great city after waiting your turn in line of chatting travelers, bleeding beasts of burdens, swearing loaders, exhausted slaves, decrepit pilgrims, and fellow Vagri, greeted gruffly by guards under the shadow of the gatehouse. Hi. Inspection time. I got nothing to hide. Good thing I'm not smuggling anything. I knew that would have been a mistake. I'm told now I have to pay the gate tax. Oh. Look, Oh, I'll pay. Okay, I'm fine. I'll pay $3. Okay, through the vast caverns and tunnels inside Blackbud Mountain, merely gave refuge to war leader Torzag many centuries past. The imperial city of Tenebridis, or as people have been persistently calling it, Torzag's Shelter, that sprung up there following the war, managed to transform it into one of the most important settlements on the continent, often referred to as Sergorod City. It not only houses a cathedral of the Raging One in its immense Everdark caves, but also is a bustling trading settlement in the center of obsidian harvesting in the region. Thousands toil and haggle under its wrought iron chandeliers every day, while servants of the Master of Curses deal out justice in the name of their malevolent god. So we can go to the Undercity, the Temple District, Civic District, Market District, explore the city. We can also pop over here to the shelter, to the market. So we can now look, because we've got this little paper right here, because we can see how much things, like 0 days ago, we can see Torzag's price. 3 to 4 days ago, we saw these prices. So I suppose we could, like, if there's anything worth buying. Like the bronze, we could buy here and sell in Kurnak. Make 2 copper a piece. Right? Am I reading that right? No, that's 4. I missed the silver. That's a real bad deal. That's a real bad deal. That's a super bad deal. It would be good to buy it in Kurnak and sell it in Torzag. There's any reason to go back that way. So there's not really much reason to look at this. But we'll see if we can find ourselves a job. We know the wine will sell well here, right? That's what it said. So we can chuck the wine. I'm curious what does wine sell for in the other place? And luxury wine, there it is. So wine sells here for a silver, and it sells back there for only a copper. We could have bought more wine and brought it, which we kind of knew that was a good deal. Hey, thanks, Calvin. Yeah, I still have my 21 wine. They took their 40 with them. Hey, Pink Fizz. Yeah, there's a big update that just came out here recently with this. It's also part of this Turn-Based Thursday Fest. So it's half off right now. So I think what we want to do is there's this rumor here we can buy. We can spend a coin and get a news. I mean, we'll spend $1 and get a news. What kind of news we have here in I guess it's not really anything useful other than like the prices and things, I suppose. We could run around the town and get some ideas of something to do here. I think I'll sell the wine. I don't see any reason why not to. Sell the wine. Done. We can hire more people. We've got like 5 days of goods. We may pick some of that stuff up. The faction panel. Okay. That's what. Okay, the double click. Let's just kind of like, let's explore the city. Forever in the twilight of the gigantic cavern and lit sparsely by huge iron lamps, Torzag's Shelter is a bustling city. In many opportunities and perils, one can find all sorts of interesting things if one looks. Well, let's just go for a stroll. Torzag's Undercity is ripe with unfortunate souls who live their miserable lives down in the damp twilight tunnels, without hope. Sometimes such people try to break out of the crippling poverty and seek work with Kamatati. 3 fellows get recommended to you by an acquaintance in the city. They're hardworking, sturdy, and willing to walk and fight. Only their gazes are hollow. Their light forever lost in a merciless childhood down in the city below the city. Do you take them in? So I can hire 3 fellows as muscle. Yeah, come on in. Come on, I got 3 fighters. All right. Let's go to the Temple District. Like they kind of like us here. The Temple District, part of the city, sprawling over spacious rock terraces in the northwestern sections of the gigantic main cavern, houses not only temples and shrines, but government buildings. Lit day and night by blazing iron chandeliers, the huge dark buildings loom ominously, reminding one that even below the surface, the gods rule supreme. Chanting echoes down the streets, and acolytes hurry quietly up and down the long stone stairs, carrying with them the scent of incense. Let's go to the Cathedral of Sergorod. I'm here. At least the one mortals can access. The Grand Cathedral of Sergorod, just looking at the massive black stone building covered in iron spikes, makes you feel insignificant and threatened. Angry chanting echoes through the red-lit corridors and halls as pledges of vengeance are uttered in the God of Wrath's sanctums. Temple complex, taking up most of the district, is the largest and most important one in the empire that belongs to the Church of Surgarod. This is the seat of their clergy. I can anger Surgarod. Let's not do that one. Yeah, these are definitely the good guys. Definitely. Let's. Hey, priest, what you doing? It's only a minute to get the attention of a fervent priest, and she is more than happy to talk about her god. The Raging One, Surgarod, is the god of anger, vengeance, and curses. He is the fire that burns in us against injustice, and thus the protector and champion of the Empire. When the traitor elder gods brought the calamity on the world, they committed a sin greater than any seen before. Then, in our darkest hour, our master arrived and offered an ironclad hand to us. Through his wrath, we rose again and fight against those who wronged us, and they will curse the day when they dared conspire against Imperials. It's known that Surgarod's servants are granted clairvoyance to be able to find traitors and deal with them. We also answer the call of battle in the Empire's wars, and when justice has to be served, woe betides anyone who tries to hinder the Master of Curses. Thanks. Good chat. What do you guys do here? Those wronged and vengeful enough to often turn to the Raging One for aid in dealing with grudges. Most often they hope for determination, strength, and resolve to be able to deal with their enemies, but sometimes it's not enough, and they pay the clergy to offer a sacrifice to put curses on those they hate. I don't have any enemies yet, but when I get enemies, I know where to go. Okay. I'll go to the authorities, temple district, the cathedral, the mortuary. Maybe we'll leave there. Let's go to the market district. Sprawling over... Look at that giant ant back there. Look at that guy. Sprawling over a dozen blocks close to the city gate, the market district is a bustling, crowded place. You can buy and sell almost anything. Anyone entering the labyrinth of stalls, shops, and bazaars is constantly bombarded by a wide range of strong smells. Oh, Braxius' store. Yeah, we're supposed to go there. Make your way to the part of the market district that lies just east of the Cowrish Market. Takes a while to locate the statue of Mercatus overlooking the dried-up fountain carved of dark stone, but when you find it, it's indeed right where Agos said it would be. Huddled between the two taller, decrepit buildings, Braxius' storefront is not much to look at, only his name is written on the stone slab above the doorway. No sign, no display, no stall, nothing. Inside is a dark little room with a dirty counter. Strange odor, nondescript trash that barely passes for wares. A demonkin fella, fiddling absent-mindedly with some gadget. He looks up at you as you enter. What can I do for you, he says with a ghoulish grin. You can't help it. He has pointed teeth, a big nose, and a crown of jagged horns that not only adorns the top of his head, but also the side of his jaws. His eyes burn with a pale orange light as he's surrounded with an almost palpable aura of nervousness. Surely you can't be the man you were guided to. Surely this cannot be the man you were guided to. Braxius? Yeah, he says. This old wanderer called Agos told me to come talk to you if I wanted to find the right people for my comitatus. He smiles. Indeed, I do specialize in connecting such people. I might have someone you will find useful, even if you even help you in getting them to join you. And I owe Agos. So there, everybody wins. Yeah, what do you got? There's a lady with a special skill I have in mind for you. Not only is she really good at finding her way across a wasteland, but she also comes in handy in a fight. Track down basically anyone. Or so they say. She's a bounty hunter. I was told she's looking for a comitatus to join so she can traverse the realms and claim bounties as she does. I also heard that she may have some kind of connection to the Imperials, but you'll have to ask her about that. Her name is Krifta. When you ask him what you owe him for this, he shakes his head. Nothing. I owe Agos. He told me that I can pay him back by aiding people he sends to me. All right, I can make a meeting with her. Yeah, sure, I'll meet Krifta. So we can have like, it's not called lieutenants, but we can have like side folks. What's the best hidden gem indie game I've run into this year? Oh man, that's a big question. I don't. Off the top of my head, I don't have an answer for you. I'm sorry. I will. Nothing pops up immediately, but I'll think about it. If something comes up, I'll answer you. If someone in chat remembers a game that I played with I really liked, shout at me. Wander stop. I didn't play that one either. Oh, did I play Wonder Stop? I don't remember that one. He closed down the shop. Go talk to this woman. Soon arrive at a stinking watering hole at the end of the alley, somewhere between the market district and the undercity. The sign has a feeding carrion bird on it. Is that her? Underneath the crooked letter spell out the name of the Grinding Gizzard. It's a good name. Yeah, in 6 months I'll get you my best games of the year list. You find a quiet table in the corner while Braxius gets you set up with a couple drinks. The time you finish the first, a woman walks up to you with a strange gait and greets you. Krifta looks like a cross between a human and some kind of carrion bird. She's freaky. Clearly the result of the taint. She observes you with a large, beady eyes and clacks her beak before addressing you in the almost chirping voice. So they say you're recruiting. Are you in need of a scout and a tracker? Then I can offer my services. I'm sure that's how she talks. Krifta here has been all around the continent. She's tough as nails and knows how to hunt down beasts, even men. She is a beast. It's true what the demon spawn says, Vagrus. But I can see that you have questions, Krifta says, clacking her beak a few times. Yeah, I got some questions. What do you want to be on the road for? I thought it was quite obvious, Krifta says, blinking. My work, that of a bounty hunter, takes me across the wasteland and faraway places all the time. Prey flees and tries to hide out there. Most of the time, I often travel alone, but lately I've had rough encounters on the road, so I figure it's worth teaming up with others. Your comitatus seems promising. Yeah, alright. 3 Leerg. Which one's a Leerg? Oh, these guys. 3 Leerg. Alright. Wait. I have 39... 39 Bros. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna haggle her fee. Never mind the money, Krifta says as she rises and clacks her beak loudly. A few coins are not worth falling over. Also, there's a job I was offered, Vagrus. You might be interested in becoming partners. We can talk about this later, but I'll meet you at the Mancio. The sooner we leave the city, the better. She leaves as you down the rest of your drink. Braxius asks you to return to his shop with him. When you arrive, he turns to you. Now that the Krifta business is taken care of, I can help you recruit another fella. There are 2 options, in fact. Want to hear me out? Is it free? No, he says. When you remind him that he was willing to find your first recruit for free, he shakes his head. Not how it works, Captain. That one was much easier to arrange. These options, however, take more effort on my part. Yeah, I'll listen to you. I do have the season pass, yes. Goog, I do. So, there are 2 fellows here in Torzeg that I could put you in contact with. Both have their own problems, so to say they are trying to solve. I can help you solve the problems for them. That is, I mean, I can help you with one of the 2. You owe me for this. I don't want to owe you anything. One's a dwarf, nasty one, but don't you get discouraged. Given the right motivation, all that nastiness can be directed towards your foes. He is a specialist when it comes to dwarfy stuff, scrounging, smuggling, hoarding, business in general. It's important. So these guys are basically going to work. So, like I'm good at what I put my beast lore and survival. Those are my stats that I put in when I made my character. If I find someone else saying I think I put 2 beast lore. If I find another guy who's a 2 beast lore, those don't stack. And so when I find these guys, I want to find someone who's going to be not good at things that I'm not good at, So having 2 people with 2 beast lore doesn't mean 4 beast lore. It still means 2 beast lore. So it's important to find people that are going to, work well. The demonkin pawnbroker scratches the base of his horn before going on. Another one is an orc and a tough one. He's somewhat of a celebrity around these parts. Won a few gladiator tournaments a few years ago. Started to train folks. I think I had the orc before. Tell me about this dwarf. Garrick is a dwarf and naturally a businessman. He seems in trouble lately. So much so, Captain, that he's in trouble. If you want him, you need to pluck him out of it. Normally, this would mean forking over a substantial amount of coins in the silver variety to settle his extensive debts. I can deal with that on my own, yet your name and you would get the dwarf's gratitude and services. You owe me a favor in return, as I've indicated. All right. Now we're talking. All right, you just go about your business. I need an hour to get things done. When you feel like afterwards, make your way to the old bathhouse in the Undercity. Only the friends of the Loaders Guild may be able to do business with the Collegium, but tell them at the gate that you are here for Garrick, and you were sent by yours truly. They'll hand over the dwarf, and you can tell him how it was you who paid his debts. I believe that he'll need a little convincing to join you after crew after that. All right. All right, let's go to the Undercity. Garrick. Yeah, just a humble tailor, I'm sure. Beneath the large main caverns of Tor's Egg Shelter is a maze of tunnels and narrow streets that lacks the civic lights of the city and thus in perpetual darkness. Locals call it the Undercity. Let's go to the, where was it? Walk around the lakes? The largest open part of the Undercity is a series of caves with dark, clear waters forming underground lakes. Inventive residents have found a way to make up for lost living space by building their dwellings on stilts of rickety scaffolding. Still, parts of the lakes are fairly abandoned, could even be considered tranquil. Walk around the lakes for a while, painfully aware of the things watching you from their sable depths. Let's ask these wraiths hanging around. Approach a small band of wraiths, and one of them moves forward, a smug smile revealing jagged teeth beneath a pale white visage. When I inquire about the area, the group laughs, and the leader makes a not-so-subtle reference to the notion that some coin might help them divulge what they're here for. Yeah, I'll give you a couple bucks. 7? I said couple. Wraith speaks at length about the area, bloviating about themselves and their influence in the process. As you continue to listen and ask questions, it becomes clear that various violent gangs are running the Undercity at large, and one organization in particular seems to be front and center, the Loaders Guild. We're going there anyway. Bidding the Wraiths to elaborate further on the organization, you learn a great deal over the course of the next quarter of an hour. With the Wraiths visibly animated, they chitter on about the Loaders. Eventually, it becomes clear there's no little more to learn. I want to go find these. Where did it say to go? Undercity, right? Bathhouses. There we go. It's the Loaders Guild base of operations. Large decaying building, once beautiful marble. Make your way to the gates where a couple of rough-looking bouncers stop you. Entry only on official business, mate. I'm here for someone. Everything changes when you mention the name Braxius and the fact that you're here for Garrick. The guards become friendly. That is a relief in their voice. Is that relief in their voices? Two of them escort you through corridors, marble halls, and hot steam rising from the baths to the back area of storerooms and cells. There they open a cell with iron keys and shake a smelly dwarf from his sleep. He says, "Oh, what?" The belligerent fella growls as you rub in his eyes. What do you want? He says. The captors are clearly not amused by his shenanigans. A quick slap on the back of his balding head silences him. He quietly swears revenge. "'Tis the one. We're told he no longer owes the capos, so he's all yours." Let's go back to the front with the dizzy dwarf. Just when you're about to leave through the gate arch, the dwarf notices something, and he yanks him out of his quiet stupor. He leans surprisingly quickly to the side of one of the guards and grabs something off his belt. Tears it off before the guards could reach. He begins shouting, "You jerks! Thought you could steal this and get away with it? I'll tear you a new one!" Garrick appears to be holding some kind of an object, golden and with a complicated design. The guards are shocked and getting angry, but the sight of the red-faced dwarf and object, as well as the others, gives them pause. Alrighty. The one who had the object in his belt eventually. Just keep it. It ain't good for anything anyway. A moment of silence follows. The guards look flabbergasted, small droplets of sweat forming on their foreheads. "Aye, keep it all right," Garrick hisses. "It's mine. And I'll make sure you buddies will remember that." Tensions mount as the dwarf points at one end of the device towards the guards. Then he looks at you, and it appears to have an effect on him. He sticks the device in his cross belt and shuffles to the street, mumbling, "Another time." I'll follow him. An hour later, Garrick and you are sitting idly, sipping mushroom wine in the tavern. You have explained to him that I got him out of the captivity and settled his debts. He's calm now, thoughtful even. Maybe it's time to ask questions. "What you got there?" "Oh, this," he pulls out of his holster. "Our kin used to be able to make them, using black powder. Very rare these days, as you know, since our ancestors got themselves cooked right and proper. But some of these little fellows remain. Got my hands on this one. Don't bother trying to buy it or anything. Only I can use it properly. You probably know how handy it comes." What you gonna do now? The plan is, he trails off for a moment. Plan is to get back to what is mine. Sooner or later, for now, I wouldn't mind getting out of this bad place. I suppose you want me to work for you. It's fine. I gotta start rebuilding and busying myself. What happened? I got, bad times, he says. Irritated. So-called business associates of mine conspired to bring me down. Those jerks. Because this is a little more difficult to keep this from family friendly. I'll do my best. I was drawn into a promising deal and I was betrayed. I lost everything. Eric strikes the table with his fist in anger. The barkeep reaches for a club, but the dwarf smiles apologetically and raises his hands as a gesture of peace. Anyway, that's the short version. And I couldn't pay the loaders, yada yada. I tried to get out of the city, but they pinched me, and I've been sitting in that gosh darn cell ever since. Till you came. Alright. I've heard enough. So the dwarf downs the last few gulps of his drink. I guess you haven't freed me for my good looks and charm, eh? I know how this goes. I work for you. You see how good I am at what I do, but I ain't working for free. That ain't me. I agree on standard wages. He's content. It's best I take my leave of the shelter for a while anyway. What am I paying him for? I just got him out of prison. And I got favors calling all over the region. I'm going to grab my stuff. I got some hidden stashes these fellas never got close to finding. I'll meet you at the man's here. You must see the doubt on your face because he adds, I'm not gonna bolt. That's what you're afraid of. A little trust here. I do the same. It ain't easy to put me trust in anything after what happens. Garrett needs a timeout for making this stream not family friendly. That's right. That's right. All right, let's go to the Mancia, which we find here. So, is he here? Oh, she's freaky. There's Garrick. Okay, so these guys, we can put them into... So they're deputies, right? We can put them in our spots. So, where do I see their stats? So there's his character sheet. So, you are good at... Oh, you got like a gas bomb, pistol shots. Cool. I'm mostly concerned about your skills. Your, these. Tough, savvy, prospecting. You got prospecting 2. Evaluate 3. So I suppose we should put you in certain spots. What do you do? Only while we rest. So you're a dexterous. You're a good hunter. Hunter and dexterous. And you're also a bit of a skulker, which, hey, I'm a skulker too. Skulker buds. So, Marauder Prime. The head of the fighting crew. So Garrick has the Marauder Prime deputy perk. So he could go in there. Why is it red? Why is it red on that one and green on that one? I mean, is that good? What was it? Marauder Prime deputy. Marauder Prime deputy perk. Who's that? Hey, thanks, Kodamic. Thanks for the gift subs. Appreciate that. Supercargo. Okay. He's got a good evaluate, so he'd be good at like, I guess negotiating and things. He's a skulker too. That's what we do around here. So these are the hunting folks, which we know Krifta's good at hunting. We put Krifta there, I think. Krifta, you're hunting now. Oh, I can only have one because I don't have enough. Right. I didn't. Right. I guess you can't put him there because I don't have deputies. I think I'd rather have... That's fine. It's fine. So I need to get more... I need more authority. Which I do have. I need some insight, so I guess I can do it. That'll give me a second... I think that'll give me a second person. I do have some points to spend. I'm going to save up and try to get more resourcefulness. That's what I'm going to do for next. That's what I'm going to save up for next. So I'm going to do... We'll do the authority. And that should allow me to have a second one. Correct? Yeah. So then we can get him in. Supercargo gives me more cargo space. Scoutmaster. What's that? More movement. That's kind of nice, actually. Max March. That's a real good one. I think that's Beast Workforce. So we less need. We have, I don't know. We'll put him in. That one's lighting up blue. Like maybe he should be there. We'll do with the game colors. So let's go. We'll buy this. There's this noble's construction. The poor struggle. The rich build more villas. Yeah, we'll see what's going on over here. Is that going on in Arkan? That's what that was. No, they just gave me a thing about Arkan. So this one. So some people talk enviously, others outright hostility when it comes to luxurious sky villas with the nobility of the shelter. A crew of masons lets you know that at least it gives them work enough to feed their families. Not enough shipments from the marble from Arkan arrive these days for them to stay on schedule. So you're trying to say there's like a lack of marble? Not enough shipments from the marble from Arkan arrive these days. So maybe So okay, so they're building them here, but the marble's coming from there, and there's not enough marble coming in. Okay. So this is basically providing marble for here, but not enough of it coming in. So he's saying marble is expansive, is what he's saying here. Marble here. There's a lack of marble. Where's that marble at? Marble. There it is. So yeah, you can buy it. Well, we know we can buy it in Arkan for 5. I'm going to call them copper. I'm going to call it silver, copper. I don't know. that didn't work, did it? We can buy it. We can sell it in Torzag for 9. So we could pick up marble up there. Maybe that's actually did that give me prices? They give me 4 days old prices, but still it's prices. We can pick some stuff up and go sell it. We may have a quest. We haven't found one though. So can I say like, what's that do? I need like a helpful shortage button. You know, this is short kind of thing. Instead of just perusing through here. But we're in Torzag, so we should buy something in Torzag and sell it up there. That seems the better way of doing it. Since we're here. So like we could buy nope. Something popping out at me. Pottery looks like it would go good. We get 3 each on the pottery. That might be a good deal. The mushroom beer seems like a pretty good deal. Buy it for 9, sell it for 1.6. Oh, that's good, but it's something. Anything else popping out at me here? I don't think so. There's a lot of stuff. These rumors would help. Like, I can just go through these rumors and probably get more hints at this. But I think I want to just pop up there. You know, we'll buy some supplies so we can make our way up there. But I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll do the... where was it? Mushroom... No, not the mushroom beer. Let's do the pottery. So we can buy it for 3.7 and sell it for 6.8. If this is to be believed. So yeah, we'll buy some... Let's buy some pottery. Can we see display price? Oh, there we go. Look at that. Difference. Well, that would have been helpful, wouldn't it? Difference from where? From where? Yeah, that's it. All right. Sort by price. Date. Sorted by... Okay. So we'll go in here and... There are some people that want to walk around. We got a shipment of slaves. We got anybody who wants to go... You want to go to Mirage, you want to go to Crystal, you want to go to Crimson Gate. Where are these things? Crimson Gate is over there. I'm not going to go there. Crystal is... I guess somewhere around this way. I don't know where Crystal is. And then Mirage is way out that way. I don't want to go out that way. So, I don't think it's... I don't think Arkan is... How far away is Arkan? 3 to 4 days? It's not... That's not ridiculous. So we can pick up, like... I think we can buy some pottery and do a little walk. We got a new caravan. We'll go ahead and kind of stock up here. We got only 4 days of supply. So we should probably make sure we pick up some of that. Is that on top? Yeah. So we'll buy stack of that. That gives us 8 days. And we'll fill the rest of this up with pottery. Do a little pottery walking. Is that a good deal? I hope so. Because we're pottering it up. And I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest, that last stack there. I might as well just go ahead and load it up with supplies. It's only $1 here. Whoop. Whoop. I can't just fill my, let's see. So shift click isn't working. I'm going to just fill that one up. Alt click. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so we got a full cargo hold. We got 10 days of walking. We got a decent defense, I think. Companions are in places. Deputies are in places. Crew's looking good. We could use a nap before we go, so we'll take a little nap. We could take passengers if there was some passengers here that wanted to go somewhere. Nobody wants to go where we're going, though. So we'll take a nap, and then maybe tomorrow we'll get something here. We could send, yeah, we'll send them out to go grab some stuff. It may cost us a little bit of walking time. We'll get $6 for doing it. Why not? They failed, but we still got a little bit something out of it. We lost some vigor out of that, though. And they're going the same place, so we're... there is a local news we can do, but... let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. If we get real hungry, we can eat our mounts. I think I am... Oh, do we need the space? We don't need the space. We got 3 extra space. So I'm going to put both my fighters on some horses. In case we get ambushed or something, we can have a better defense. I think might be a good idea. I think. So, let's leave and head north. I trudge toward the city gates. Approaching the mighty gates of Torzag Shelter, you can see the scorching desert sky loom above the black, cruel battlements. As Komitat takes its place in the long line of vast gates, you notice a lean woman dressed in a bureaucrat's tunic and cape approach one of your guards and talk to him briefly. Apologies, Vagrus, the woman says, bowing her head politely. I work for the Magistrate of Tax Collection. No need to be alarmed. I'm here to present you with an opportunity. I have a message attached to some documents that need to be delivered to Arkan, to a client of ours. Should you take the message? I'm going to Arkan right now. Yeah. I'm sure it's trustworthy. Sure it'll be worth your time. Our client is a very resourceful man who works for a researcher of some renown. He awaits the message in the town of Arkan, to the north, where he rents a small apartment above a tobacco shop on Stillwade Street. His name is Levantius. With that, she hands over the leather case, bows her head, and takes her leave. You can see her approach the guards, talk to them briefly, point at you, and walk away. Storing the case in my personal belongings, you signal to Komitatas to move on. Okay, so we gotta go. We're gonna stick to the road again, because I think the road is the way to do this. We can road all the way up here and then over there. That might actually be... Maybe we go like a little ways and then cut. We'll see what's up here. Let's like make our way at least to here. Crew grumbles. It's not a rare thing, as there's always a reason to grumble, but this time they complain about not getting paid, which is a fairly good reason if there was any. Notice the signs are quite... yeah, I didn't pay them. I can't go like this forever. Otherwise, the least unsettling thing that happens is they start leaving. Okay. I'll pay you next time we read. Calm down. Calm down. What do you think this is? Pay-in time? Did I get enough to level myself up? No. I need one more resourcefulness. And then I'll be able to use my perk over here a little better. Okay. Let's camp. I'll pay you now. 2 silver upkeep. And then we rest. Do we want to go do some walking around? We may find some supplies. Nah, we can take the day off. Okay, so we're gonna go around these jagged things, and then maybe we can make our way. Because you can see the... Well, I guess it's actually not that... There's some of these are 4, but actually it doesn't seem to be that much more walking. So there's Crossroads. Do we know Crossroads on the map? We don't. That's right there. So we're there where we want to be. I think we should go straight to Arkan. I think we can go up this way. We're going to take a little camp. We'll send the slaves out to go do some looking. They failed, but they got 7 things. which we're pretty much full, so not a big deal. We're going to go up to... Actually, we can get up to there. Yeah, we'll go up to there. It's a little more dangerous walking out here in the waste because there's, like, you know, bandits and things. Ambushes and all that stuff. So we've got the guards are here. We can also go do extra guards. We do have enough people that can do that. No guards is no good. I'm gonna put, or since we're out here kind of in the waste, we're gonna post a little extra guard. I'm gonna send the scouts out. Do I even need to do that? Probably not. Let's not do that right now. Oh yeah, we can chat with these guys too if we want to. And we're assigned, right? We're all assigned? Yeah. Okay, no problem. Let's go to right there. One more camp. We'll do some looking this time. Might lose worker and morale. Oh, it doesn't work on the road. Doesn't work very well. Makes sense. So we're always failing. We're not getting hurt though. So at least it's not nothing that bad. Arkan is it that one right there? So we can get to there, either one, and get in there. So we'll go pop up there, and we'll do one more rest. Since you have this time, so again, probably gonna fail it, but it's we haven't succeeded yet, but it's something. And then I think we get these. We might get some points when we walk into town. So into Arkan. Travelers, merchants, patrols, and the like move sluggishly as you approach the settlement, while some of them are just loitering, maybe just waiting for something or just merely resting. One group stands out. At the side of the road, you can see a handful of scantily clad people surrounded by men in dark robes. Screams can be heard. There is clearly violence going on, but the rest of the travelers just walk by without paying attention. Upon getting closer, you assess the situation. Men wearing black, without a doubt, are priests of Sergorod. Process of mercilessly whipping the poor wretches who appear to be slaves. The angry rants of the priests make it clear that this is punishment for some offense, maybe an escape attempt. Blood soils the dust, and the Sergorodites obviously taking grim pleasure in their brutal work. I'll buy him. You walk up to him and appears to be the leader. At first, he's annoyed by the interruption. As soon as you tell him your intent to purchase the wretches, he grows a bit interested. These, looking back at the blood-soaked, trembling slaves, be warned they're disobedient, impertinent lots. It's your choice. We certainly don't have much use for them. You can have them for, let's say, 2/3 of the slave market price. I have a very low chance of trying to negotiate the price down. I can spend my resourcefulness points. I'm going to spend it to increase my chances. I have a low chance of success. Can I do another one? No, I only got the 3. Okay, we'll try it. I got 90. I need a 23. He won't have it. With sudden change of heart, he is eager to point out the slave's excellent quality. Oh, no, come on now. How much? Oh, that's expensive. Okay. Oh, 10. That's a lot. Hand over the coins and order your crew to lead them back to me. Slowrights let down their whips and step aside. You can tell they are disappointed, murmuring among themselves discontentedly. You rob them of a good fun. Some of the slaves can barely walk, but they look almost grateful. One of them even whispers a hoarse thank you. You can liberate them for how much? For a coin? Now, come on in. Let's just continue the journey. Oh, Garrick gained a point of loyalty. Excellent. Excellent. Nestled beneath the thicket of rock pillars called the Arkarus Forest, the imperial town of Arkan is constantly beaten by wind and engulfed in fine dust from the jagged wastes. However unforgivable though its surroundings are, the settlement's inhabitants thrive thanks to the earth's abundant bounty. Marble, limestone, granites, and shale Artists and artisans carve the precious stones in their workshops and warehouses ceaselessly behind in the town's silt-laden walls, under the watchful eyes of the praetor. There's a monster stalking the vicinity of Arkan. I can speak with Levantius, which I think is ready to do, right? So you can talk to him. Let's talk to the Levantius and try to deliver the note first. Siltwade Street dozes sleepily under the hot daytime sun, fragmented with a sharp, bitter odor of tobacco and bogweed sold by the multitude of vendors here. Make your way to the 3-storied white building where Levantius dwells. You are offered all kinds of baccy, incense, reefers, pipes, hookahs, and the like. You just missed the merchants. You're here for a different reason. Let's walk in. The ground floor of the building is occupied by yet another tobacco shop, owner of which serves as the landlord for a handful of tiny rooms she rents out for those who look for long-term yet temporary stay in Arkan. The Tarkian woman doesn't seem to care too much for confidentiality or for the safety of the privacy of their guests. She immediately and without question points you to the utmost floor where you ask for Levantius. Ascending a ladder, you come to what is basically the rooftop, covered by a large tent and rickety septums. Add a few more bedrooms to the building. In one of the more spacious ones, you find a young, dark-haired, slender fellow dressed in a tunic, wearing half-moon glasses and bent over a shaky desk. He improvised from small crates, traveling chests, and various ledgers. "You need neither smoke, nor food, nor wine, nor women," he mutters without looking at you as he hears you enter, busy with his calculations. "Not now, not later, not ever. I'm sure I already mentioned that. Told you might need this, I say, waving my letter in front of him to deliver straight from the magistrate of tax collection in Torzag's shelter. If you are Levantius, that is." Piques his interest. The young man looks at you, his face suggesting sharp wit, his eyes probing. "I am," he replies, "and I am indeed. Who are you?" I introduce myself. Finally, things do seem to move along. With an utterly unexpected surprise, he mumbles to himself, "Thank you," and folds the letter and starts to read immediately. Then, without looking up, he adds absently, "Pleased to meet you, of course." With an instant, he seems to forget you're even there. At first, he reads eagerly, but after a few moments, the expression of jaded disappointment appears on his face. "Splendid, just splendid," he sighs, and then goes on sputtering. "Now there's the imperial bureaucracy in full swing, as I know it. Reliably incompetent as ever. Good job, you cretins. Top of line indeed. Would that you encountered a slared bull during mating season, and you demonstratively clear your throats." Levantius looks up once again, slightly irritated. "You're still here?" he states, matter of fact. "Was there something you wanted?" And he remembers. "But of course, I'm going to pay you the fee for delivery. Forgive me. It's just that I have a lot on my mind, and this place is, and this piece of moronic writing clearly didn't help to mention any of it. That's not your fault now, is it?" Rummaging through some coins, he gives them to you. "Thanks." And a thought crosses his mind. Oh, 1 coin. "Say, friend," he continues, he examines you pensively. "Am I right to assume that you are quite a traveler?" You and Levantius nod at the same time. He's answering his own question. "Of course," he says. "Would you care to take me with you as a passenger, in case you have plans to visit Lumen anytime soon?" "Where's this Lumen at?" "For a more than fair compensation, of course. As it turns out, he waves a letter he just received from you. I must leave Arkan earlier than expected and return to my employer." Where? Lumen. Oh, over that way. I guess we can go over there. How are you gonna pay me? If the price is right. That's what I just said. Good, thank you. At least that's one problem out of the way. I shall give you an advance for your troubles right now. The rest you will receive from my employer, Mistress Candake, as soon as we arrive. Just let me gather my things and cancel my stay here with that weed-breathing hag downstairs. All right. There's a monster around here, but let's go sell some things. So these are selling for big money, no whammies. Where is it? Ah. Stop. There we go. Hey, look at that. I make a cash. It does say in demand, so that's helpful. So we know that anyway. Let's go stop in. Yeah, if we get friends with factions, they'll give us deals. If we go and There's trade news. We can get trade news. And that's going to give me just... It's going to give me just, like... We already know these deals. We're not going to Torzag, but if we can find some prices over there in Arkan, or some news about... Not Arkan, wherever we're going. Lumen or whatever it is. Let's go see if there's apparently some strange store. People gossip about a strange little shop in Sunrock, cut into the rock face of a friend's frequented plaza run by an odd being. Nobody seems to agree on the creature's origin or looks, though they say it sells curious goods and rare treasures. In Arkan. Well, I'm in Arkan. That's where he wants to go. Can we walk around and check that out? Maybe this guy? The shop of Fatmas? Yeah, we sold the wine. I sold the wine already. Well, I'm curious about this beast. I think I may have done that before and got whooped. Walking through the dusty streets of Arkan, you come upon... I mean, last time I played. Upon a town crier announcing various news of general interest, such as current marble prices. Let it be known that Herman the Herder is willing to grant a substantial reward to anyone brave enough to go after the vile beast hunting the outskirts of our fair city. The man can be found at his lodgings near the main gate. From what you can see, not a lot of folks are interested. Maybe here's your chance to line... Yeah, line my purse. I'm curious about it. You find Herman the Herder sitting in front of his hut near the city gates, just as advertised. All around him, various animal skins are displayed on racks, while behind his abode, vast pens containing various livestock stretch as far as the eye can see. He's a burly man, sunburnt skin. I tell him why I'm here. Finally, someone, let me give you the details. It all started about 2 months ago when my animals began to disappear. 1 or 2 falling prey to the wasteland predators is no big deal in itself around here, but then it became regular. 3 a week, 4 a week, catch my drift. Then, just a fortnight ago, one of the boys tending the flock went missing, and another one. Obvious to me that there's some vicious monster at work here. One critter that's got itself some mighty appetite. I already complained to the town militia, but they don't do anything. They're more preoccupied with guarding those precious marble slabs of theirs. If you're inclined to help me, 12 silver is all I can offer, gathered from a handful of locals who care. Yeah, you know what? I'd do it. Thank you, Vagrus. The last victim of that creature, whatever it might be, was a young boy herding some slarids. Happened about a day's walk from the northern city walls at an abandoned quarry just at the border of Arkros Forest. Go there and take a look. Yeah, I do it. I do it. I do it. Oh, just right there. Okay. Yeah, we'll hunt this guy. I think I may have done this quest before, but I don't remember it. It's been 4 or 5 years since I played this game, so we'll see. And if anything, we can see some combat. So we have this sculpture shop. Is this the one that... I'm not sure if this is the one it's talking about. Yeah, it must be. Curious shop. 1 street off the market. Beneath the shadow of its awning, a variety of strange sculptures. Statues depict various creatures, sentient beings of the Riven realms. The only thing they have in common is that they appear to be unfinished to some degree, and their faces seem to be expressing some kind of reverential longing. Or is that pain? Reverential longing. I've never walked by something and thought, hey, I know that expression. That's reverential longing. Or is that pain? From inside the shop, you hear the sound of hammering and chiseling. That reminds me of this. That reminds me of this hotel I went to. The pain. Oh man, it was awful. It was called the Fiddle. Oh man, it was a violin. Let's go in. Enter a spacious venue stuffed to the walls with sculptures, crafting materials, and all kinds of tools. That's a skeleton. Far in, you see an archway opening to a huge inner yard, also filled with statues of slabs and stone. In the corner, an enormous figure stands hunched over a workbench, busily chipping away at something with a chisel. Upon hearing it, you turn around, revealing a sight you were not prepared for. Greetings, I'm Fatmas, proprietor of this store. How may I serve you? He or it says, with a voice reminiscent of 2 slabs of coarse stone grinding against each other. Fatmas looks like a statue himself, but only almost. His limbs and torso appear to be made of crude clay, except for his hands that are those of bone-fingered skeleton. His head is a yellowed skull with an eerie glow in the eye sockets, and his chest is open, revealing a frail ribcage within the clay hole. All in all, it looks like someone started to encase a human skeleton inside a constantly damp clay golem of sorts, but hadn't finished the job. I'll look around. It was a viol in. It's for you. It's for you, stringed instrument, folks. I gotta make sure I keep everyone happy. You know, we got the I don't know. I don't know. With the sweet potato people. And Thadmus is standing at his workbench, listening to you intently. Thadmus, what are you? As I said, my name is Thadmus, and as you can see, I'm a sculptor. I assume you also couldn't help but notice I'm undead, at least for the time being. Huh? Yeah. Expressionless skull on top of his body nods. Or are you accustomed to talking skeletons? Of course, such a sight shouldn't come as a big surprise. A lot of the dead have gained sentience since the rise of the triumvirate. The pantheon of gods is the triumvirate. Right. Surgarod, Baal Urkel, and Ashkul, Underworld. I don't know how I came to be this way, nor who I was before, and how long I've been dead, but all I know is that I awoke 13 years ago in the middle of a wasteland, trapped inside this frail body of brittle bones. You got like a golem body, though. The teeth of the skull clank together. Is that supposed to be laughter? You can see my clod isn't exactly what you call enduring or endearing. Given my talent for sculpture, I set myself a task of creating a more robust body made out of clay imbued with magic. He shakes his skull. Alas, the work is rather tedious and expensive. I haven't finished it yet. I have to finance my progress by selling my work. Then again, for that, I have to leave my hands skeletal for a while more, as adapting the clay hands would hinder my sculpting. After the crude shape of my whole body is done, there will remain a long list of enhancements to be completed. But yeah, why is all your stuff only half done? Well, they aren't. Art should be a true echo of reality, and my own reality right now is that I'm incomplete. As you examine the display works, you realize that they are indeed in various stages of completion. The older ones are cruder, while newer sculptures seem to lack only a few finishing touches. They reflect upon my various stages of progress, approaching perfection step by step, just as I am. One day I shall create the perfect statue, and that day I will be perfect and constant myself. Good story, buddy. I'd rather do where's the, I'll do business. Where's the one I had? There was one there a minute ago. Oh, I had to think about it. Take your time, browse at your leisure. I want to buy one. Okay, I can get a exquisite wood carving. Gives me some fire resistance and some regeneration for 8 silver. That's kind of expensive. I can ask him about him. I can buy the glowing crystal statuette for a lot of money. I'm not a spellweaver or a channeler, though. I can ask him about it. Let me ask about it. What's this wood carving here, buddy? Carved in the form of a humanoid with several arms, it looks twisted and somehow alive, partly due to the texture of the wood and also because of the sculptor's skill. Made that myself after I brought a strange wood from a curious-looking man. He looked like half plant, half human to me. Got me thinking about half-breeds. Am I half-breed? Half living, half dead? Half clay, half bone? Mind me not, please. I tend to go off on tangents. When I asked him about the properties of the statuette, he says he didn't feel anything with it when holding it, but the plant man swore the material would heal wounds if the little roots were allowed to latch to skin. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. I hope you're happy with your purchase. The sculptor takes your coins and hands you the item. Thanks, buddy. Who are you? Alright. Nice talking with you. So we need to go over to... We're gonna go west now. Anybody want to go west? To... We got someone who wants to go to Avernum. That's way over there. We're not going there. Not way over there. That's a long way for 6 silver. And then we got a group of urchins. Want to go to a quarry. Hey, you know, that's... Is that it? What was it? Where is it? Acharis? Acharis? Acharis Quarry, which is... Am I just missing it? Acharis Quarry. It must be like... Must be like right in here. I'm not sure. It's not telling me where they are, but it must be right in here. Yeah. We'll find it. We'll find it on the way over there. They only give me a silver for it. Alright. I'll take you. Don't be rowdy or anything. We could use... Well, we'll pick up some more supplies. If there's anything we can, like, buy, might not be a bad idea. Like any, supplies. Like an awning would help us not eat so much. Hunting animals would help us hunt. Perimeter alarms help us not get jumped. Skewers gives us the ability to flee, I guess. Extra storage, of course, is always nice. That costs 3 silver. We could do that. We don't know what's going on over there, though. We know this is a place with marble. We probably would have a good chance of just buying marble and then hauling it over there. I'm going to go ahead and buy the extra storage. Is that a good deal? Let me make sure. Does it show up even in here? I don't think that one doesn't show. These are trade goods. Those aren't trade goods. So... our supplies are a little more expensive here. We'll buy the extra storage. No, I've got extra storage already. I actually can't. I can't carry more extra storage. I got extra storage already. Yeah. I clicked it, but it didn't actually work. Thank you, Gilgamesh. So I can put tools there. I can put harness. What are you? You're a harness. So I could put the awning on. So we could consume less. That sounds like worth it. Yeah. Navigation. I don't really have anything else here, though. That's fine. And then we'll pick up a thing of that. I'm going to pick up a bit more. Top that one off. That's 8 days. Which should be fine. I don't level you guys up or anything, do I? And then we've got a good-sized crew. We got those passenger with us. Oh, yeah, Levantius is with us as well. So 8 days over there. And we've got to go to somewhere in that area there. So it says 3-4 days. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, that's how long it took to get there. So, yeah, we can make it. That gives us double our food. We can run over there. We'll look at prices here, and I'm assuming that marble is cheap here. We're going to look and compare it to the other places. But it makes sense that the marble will be cheaper because this is the marble place. So we can buy it for, yeah, 5, whatever the middle one is. However, I assume that's a good deal, but look at it. It only sells for 1 copper at this way station. So I guess it's only in demand if it's a place that would need marble. I wish I knew. Let's sort it by, like... sorting it. Like that, right? That's how we want it? I don't know. I think it's like that. I actually know how to read that. Yeah, I just don't want to, like, load up on marble and then go somewhere that doesn't want marble. Especially since we're kind of going where a bunch of hills are. Mushroom beer isn't a good deal here. It's expensive here. Mushrooms are expensive. It seems like this would be the place to buy things like rocky things. Nothing here seems like it's a very good price. So I guess we don't buy anything here. Yeah, because the way station sent things sell for garbage. I'm afraid it's going to be like that over there. Okay. Unless we have someone we can talk to, there's not really anyone that can help me out with that. We can, like, run around the city and see what's going on. Stroll on for a bit. Slow day. Nothing going on. So I think what we'll do is we'll rest, and then we'll set out, and we'll go drop this guy off where he wants to go. Rest for a day. We'll let them go run out and grab some things. I got 18 slaves now. Everyone's in good shape. Is there any reason with... I won't pay him yet. We'll pay him later. We're always failing our jobs. That's what we do. Okay, so now let's leave now. So now we gotta make our way over... I guess we can kind of cover this. Oh, we gotta go get that beast, don't we? Oh, yeah, let's go get that beast. Oh, yeah. So he's, like, north of the road, right? Like, right up here. So I think we'll go there. I don't want to die. Can I save real quick? Save. Okay. Hey, Andros. How's it going? Thanks. Okay, so we're going to hang out here and I guess we'll camp. But what's scouts? Scouts. Oh, I only have 2 scouts. I can't do any scouting. Fine then. So we will camp. Forgot about scouts last time. I'll go ahead and pay him. I think I'm just going to pay him every day. Was there anything wrong with that? It seems like it's not... I've got the money. We'll just pay him. Rations are fine. We'll keep on scouting the place around. Scouts, you can go out there too. Everyone just scout out. Find me some stuff. Okay, nobody harmed. No, nobody got hurt, but we didn't find anything. We need to find... We are basically here. We're not actually sure where he is, though. I need another scout. 3 scouts are required to scout. Can't quite make it there. We just scout here right now. Let's just camp here again. I'm worried we might need to have scouts. Because this guy is not going to be easy to find. We're just squandering all of our supplies here. Ventured to the small quarry mentioned by Herman. Oh, found it. Not hard to find. The site is completely abandoned and still with the ever-present desert wind blowing through the rickety scaffolding. I kind of force-marched this there. You find the spot where the Slared herder disappeared. A veritable mess of ruined scaffolding and scattered equipment. At first glance, there's nothing to be learned from this location. We'll look for tracks. We made it. Take some effort, but the site yields some useful information. After all, in meticulous search, you find several half-buried tracks indicating a huge, many-legged creature and a few shed pieces of chitin. Further bit away, the soft ground is slightly caved in. Maybe something has dug its way through the ground here. At the edge of the hole, you'll find the residue of some gooey, gelatinous material emitting a horrendous stench. Poison or maybe some other kind of substance secreted by the creature. No doubt, I'm up against a stinger scorpion. Ferocious beast indeed. Knowing that, you grow a bit more confident. It won't be an easy fight, but at least you know you stand a chance. The devil, you know. After finding the first few tracks, it doesn't take long to uncover the prints leading away from the quarry. Probably a monster's lair, to his lair. There you might stand a chance to corner it if you are careful and lucky. Let's follow. So he's there. Okay, so we're gonna nap. No hunting or anything. We're just gonna nap. Eat up. Get ready for fighting today. We're going. I don't want to die. How do I save it? Is he here? I'm a little concerned we didn't find him. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Where did he go? You approach Arkin, barely able to see the dusk. I don't want to go to... Oh! Desert is ominously silent as you trudge towards Arkan, almost too silent. You're close enough to make out the city walls, and suddenly you hear a large hissing sound, and the dusty soil explodes into the air around you. You are hurled back by a huge dark shape emerging from below the ground. An insectoid creature of enormous proportion rises its stinger to impale you. It seems the beast terrorizing Arkan has caught up with you after you ventured too close to its lair and set a trap. Before it can attack you, your companions swing into action, engaging it. All right, fighting time. I don't remember that. I thought I did this quest. Maybe I never found him. Okay. I gotta remember how to do this combat now. Okay. Let me remember. Okay. Begin the fights. We might die here. He's big. Okay, Garrick. I want you to, pistol shot sounds like a cool thing to do. Lock and load. Can you do this one? Yeah. Crit! Hey, buddy, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. Where did I get blocks here? Let's, does he think he mines poison? Maybe. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. 0. Oh, he's down already. Okay. It's okay. Defensive cut. Okay, yeah, defensive cut. Ha! Swing and a miss. Garrett, get back up! Oh, nice dodging. Okay. Good dodging. So this one does no damage. Overwatch is for a spot of precise aim shot. I think we just gotta go for the blast. What's he got on him? Oh man, she's weaving and bobbing. What is that one? I can't tell what that does. E. So the dot is work. So yeah, he's bleeding out. I need the perk to unlock these things, eh? Yeah. I do have heal though, so he's not dead, completely dead. I think we just sort of armor piercing this guy. The poison damage is doing a damage to him, so maybe that'll work. Well, we'll poison him again. He blocks it, but it still poisons. Oh no. Oh, 2 crits in a row? Okay. Do your best to subdue the monstrous insect, but simply too quick and ferocious. As you stumble back, you can see the last of your companions being torn in half by its pincers, and its shadow is upon you. The last thing you feel is a scorpion's sting piercing your chest. Okay. Let's load. I don't want to die. All right. You know what? I've changed my mind. Run away. Let's do the let me get I can't how much do I need for resourcefulness? I need more of those. Let's see. I think he's in here real good. Use resourcefulness to raise morale. I need more resourcefulness though before I can do much. I think what we want. Mining I don't care about. Foraging base chance is kind of nice. Healer heals injuries. I think I kind of wanted to save up and see if I can get this resourcefulness. It costs. I don't remember how much it costs to bump that up. Does it tell me there? Can't exceed your current maximum resourcefulness. Resourcefulness can never exceed the absolute maximum, which is 12. I wonder how much that costs. I'm gonna save my 7 and see if we can put that into it when we get there. I'm gonna I guess we'll camp out here. Hopefully we can make our way back and around before the scorpion finds us. We need to go to Arkan. Leave me alone, nice scorpion. We're just out for a little walk. Okay. Let's pop back in here and pick up some more supplies. I feel odd about not buying anything to fill up for our trek. But I just don't think... I don't want to chance it. It's a nearby burial site, apparently. Anybody going where we were going to... Were there more people going to the quarry? We're going to that. That's the same quarry we're going to. Come on in. How many people can I carry? I guess anybody, as long as they fit. Come on in. And then there's a rumor here for a burial site. I'll read that one. How can we change colors? Strange savage warriors are said to visit the Orc Scar in the north of the shelter from time to time. Curious travelers say there are mounds there, riches lie everywhere on the ground. They also say the place is haunted. Oh, it's... Okay. It's right here where that scorpion's hanging out. Yes, we're not doing that. We're going to rest, and then we're getting. Lost a vigor there. Okay. Let's leave. We're going to go down. I guess we're going to kind of follow this trail down this way and start walking. Watch out for that scorpion. We got whooped by that scorpion. Man. So there's Lumen. That's where we're trying to get to. So I guess we can get to Lumen, and then we'll go elsewhere. Day here. Speaking of Lumen, is anyone else watching Severance? Good show. Good show. Sudden gales and odd wind are no strangers to wanders of the wasteland such as you, but even you have to admit there is something different about these gusts. It's almost as if there were voices on the wind, barely audible. Hey, that's what we heard before. Just beyond the threshold of the perception. Whispers. People stop in their tracks to listen and frown in concentration. The whole experience is quite unnerving. You calm them, ordering everyone to focus and get a move on. Yellow light right there for. What's that yellow one there for? I want to go there. Maybe the yellow means that's where I was. That's where I had marked to go walk. Maybe. Hey, we actually succeeded. We got 73. Hey, all right. We never succeed. Go over here. We'll camp out. We'll do it again. Yep. Okay, so there's Lumen. We're gonna go ahead and go we'll go down here. So we know there's a couple more spots down this way. We don't need to go to the tower, but we'll go there. And we'll force march our way into the town here. Persistent enough to travel towards the blinding light and scorching heat of the South Calorus eventually reach the town of Lumen. Glimpse its sandstone buildings protected by its shielding wall. Most of the settlement was built under the sands, sheltered from the lethal temperatures, unbearable shine of the surface. At night, brigades and prospectors flood the still searing crystal forest to get their hands on as rich a bounty as they can, hauling it back to Lumen's bustling underground markets. Apart from the imperial crystal harvesting, the town is famous for its residents, crystalmancers, delving into the secrets of the Calaris. So we got a tavern, we got locals, and we can escort Levantius to his mistress. So he goes underground vaults of Lumen, where his employer resides on a somewhat secluded street. We got a huge bolted door with which a piece of punishment is fastened. Enter at your own peril. Piece of parchment, not punishment. Parchment is fastened. It's just for keeping the undesirables away, Levantius explains as he quickly pushes a few hidden panels and opens the door. Mistress Candake entertains herself with rather unorthodox experiments. True, but the greatest danger here is the harrowing effect her extraordinary messiness might have on more organized minds, you see. You'll see. As soon as you step inside, you can see that he was right. The interior of the vast workshop is a veritable labyrinth of scrolls, books, slates, shelves, chests, workbenches, alembics, minerals, unidentifiable tools, and other apparatus. Amidst astrolabes, something, and braziers on chains, a complete skeleton of what must have been a crawwag hangs from the ceiling. A prominently placed display stand is full of reptilian bones and scales of various sizes and colors. Drawing boards feature sketches of leathery wings, claws, fangs, vertebrae, skulls, and other anatomical parts. No doubt about that. Dragons. You almost jump. Suddenly, from amidst the chaos, a thin, ghost-like apparition emerges and passes by you. It's a pale, middle-aged woman, not unprepossessing in her strangeness, dressed wholly in white with short hair of the same color. Levantius, are you home? She asks in a high, singing voice without looking at either of you or stopping for even a moment. There she is, he says. An accurate observation, as always, Domina, he sputters. I would supplement it, if I may, with the addendum that I am, in fact, 2 months early thanks to our highly esteemed contracts at the Magistratum of Tax Collection. Not that I presume to bog you down with such minute details. I just thought it would be in order to inform you. Good work, Levantius. Good work. She replies while opening a drawer and examining its contents from with a frown. And our guest? Also from the Magistratum? You didn't think she even noticed you. Levantius clears his throat. No, Domina, he says. This here is the wayfarer who was kind enough to escort me from Arkan. Kendake nods and hums. Levantius clears his throat again. For a fee, is as usual, he adds pointedly. Yes, quite, Mistress says, opening another drawer and offering a bulging pouch heavy with coin in your general direction. Nice of you to bring back Levantius. He's so lost sometimes. I wonder how he'll manage when we're finally out there. 3? That's not a bag. That's not a giant bag. 3? Good that you mention it, Domina. He smiles politely. It occurred to me while traveling with our new friend here that, as inept as I am, it would be feasible to seek further assistance in our endeavors, for which a possible candidate is practically right at hand. Regards the two of you with beady eyes, you mean to suggest to hire the Vagrus? She asks. Levantius smiles even more politely. That was indeed the gist of my words, Domina. Kendake gives this a thought, then shrugs. Of course, why not? She turns to you, although her gaze is directed somewhere behind your back. Do you seek employment? I have coin. Yeah, sure. What kind of employment are you looking for? Doesn't seem to understand the question, as if it was baffling to her that somebody possibly couldn't know what her work consists of. The realities of the situation dawn on her. Good question. The sign of a keen mind, she says. Very important in our line of work, about which I am currently not in the position to disclose too much. It's still in the planning phase, you see, but let's just say I am planning an expedition to one of the more inhospitable corners of our realms. I need supplies, equipment, and a few other things. Some which aren't easy to come by, and trusty Levantius can only do so much. So, are you interested in fetching me a few things as I make my plans and the need arises for coin? Sure. I got 2 insights. I'm looking forward to work with you. With that, she turns away, disappears quickly into the maze that is her workshop, and I give Levantius a quizzical look. I know, he shrugs. Mistress tends to be preoccupied with less worldly matters, but don't let that deter you. She is brilliant, otherwise I would not suffer her whimsies. And wealthy, that of course is an important factor. Yeah, she gave me $3. As for your work, right now we're in a bit of disarray, but if you return some time later, we'll surely have some errands for you to run. If I can get her focus, that is. Later? I guess. Is there a deal here in Lumen? Anything here showing up as like, the pottery's in demand here. Well, we know where to get pottery from. What kind of equipment do you have here? Blinders and combat saddles, which gives us some outrider combat strength. Okay. Dark goggles for your crew and absorbing blankets for your beasts to protect your comitatus from going blind in a Calaris. There's alarms and a harness to give us some more defense. And where does that go? That's a harness and defense. How much is it? $3? That's cheap. Harness or defense. Do we have something for that? I know that I have a spot for that. Because that was my harness and I used it already. Do I have a defense spot? Yeah, I guess it'd be. Oh, if I had a guard captain, I could put the protected harness in. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and buy. They're kind of expensive here, but I need more than that. So we're going to buy 1 thing of supplies. And let's look at the old charts here. Do we know? Nothing's showing up as like in demand or anything other than pottery. So if we're gonna go, we gotta go down south to this quarry down here. Again, we don't know what's cheap there, but we can try chatting with somebody here in the tavern, I suppose. There's an alchemist shop thing, and there's some folks that want to go to the Mines of Plenty. Oh, way over there. And then crystal we saw up here in Loom or whatever. I'm not gonna do those, but we'll get refreshing news from this location. Oh, I received 7. I was reading that wrong before. I'm giving the news of everything. I get it. Let's go and buy some news about this alchemist shop. Talk about a workshop of an alchemist hidden somewhere in the undercity of Torzog's shelter near Spider Street. Man is reputed for not asking questions. Torzog? Oh, nowhere near there. Okay, it's fine. We can we'll fill up on supplies. Well, a few supplies. And we'll head our way down that way. I don't have anything with, like, these factions. I can't really do anything with this. I guess I could look at these. I didn't look at these other places. I guess I should have. The different guilds here. What do we need for these? Do I have... Well, Loader's Guild I got. Nothing. There's the church. So here's the church. I'm at 48. I need like 220 for it before I can get any of these things. Okay. -5 with those folks. Yeah, right. So we can't even do these jobs without any sort of reputation. I'm gonna buy one more thing of this. I don't want to. Apparently I can't. Maybe they don't have any. I'm sure it's not letting me. So we'll go. We got those other jobs though. We'll go ahead and rest here. We'll get those people delivered south. We gained morale because we had a critical success. Hey, we got some money. We'll head down south. Okay, so now let's go. So we know it's somewhere like the quarry. Oh, there it is right there. So let's go. We can take the road. We can get a long ways if we take the road. So let's take the road. This one, the road does make things a lot quicker. And then we gotta get to the quarry. Okay, there's our strangers, our urchins, and our miners. And hey, they gave us a tip. And we got a little point with the Loaders Guild. A gigantic basin at the foot of Surgorod's blade is a testament to what several centuries of cruel slave labor is capable of. They moved a mountain's worth of rock and dirt to reach the precious obsidian underneath. At length, the black blood of the earth ran dry, and only small amounts of the mine these days, and so the quarry under the grim, dark cliffs and the overcast skies now looks even more desolate. What a happy place. The quarry is a huge hole bored in the steep side of Surgorod's blade, enough to house a veritable city in the middle. While slaves mine the ore ferociously on the southern side, the forum is a site of commerce, made of beautiful red marble, covered in so much gray dust that the original color is barely visible. Banners of House Darius fly on the pillars. Mushroom beer is in demand and wine is in demand. We'll take a look and see if you got anything exciting around here. Guardian animals might be okay to buy. They can sniff out danger for me. They go in animals, defense, or outposts. We do have an animal spot, so we can pick up some guardian animals. That might be a bad... that's the cheap here. I'll pick some animals up. Stick them in. We have a room for tools. Which would be that. Which is mining equipment. Expensive. Because it's a prospecting thing. Okay, so that's both those quests. Let me see if there's anyone that wants to go anywhere else. I wouldn't mind coming out here and just seeing if I can find myself, because I know I'm in this game. And it'd be cool to find myself. Is he? Oh, he does have... Okay, he does level up. Okay. Hey, I got 11 insights. Do I level him up, or does he... There's 4 insights. I wonder how I do it. I forget this part. I wonder if I have to do it like while I... Well, that worked. I guess I can put some points into these things. Hunting, skulking, or whatever. I'll give you, like, a little more dexterous. Costs 5 proficiency. You get a lot of proficiency. Have some of that. And, some of those. So can I do that with you? I just didn't do it right. Oh, I get. Okay. One person. Okay, so if there's anyone here that wants to go somewhere, so there's a crystal maid somewhere near the crystals here. Take some money for that. You want to go to the Mines of Plenty, which again are way over this way. Everyone wants to go over there. Not what we want to do. I'll buy news about this crystal mage. They're in Lumen. Travelers you talk to at a tavern show you intricate crystal items bought from a master crystalmancer in Lumen. Buys and sells all manner of magic items. Oh, that's at the... Wait, it's in Lumen. It is making it sound like it's here. Okay. Again, I don't have anything. I don't see anything here. I guess we'll go back to Lumen, I think. We'll see what kind of deal we can get. If we can get a good deal, we may go to just Torzag. Run down the road to Torzag and then up the road up here to this town. See if we can find our way over there. That might not be a bad idea. If we can go find something that will sell well in Torzag that we have here. So we can say, like, I want... Not Lumen. We're in... Where are we? The Quarry. And we're going to compare it to Torzag. So if we got something here that's going to sell well, that we can buy for cheap. Buy cheap here, sell here. Which I'm not finding anything. Nope. Nope. Buy, nope. Nope. Well, maybe not. Wine even sells for a lot. It sells for a lot here, but everything's expensive out this way. We'd make a little bit of money on marble, maybe. But that is it. That's too little, I think, to make it worth it. Seems like a lot of walking to get nowhere, though. But to not make any money. Yeah, I need any money going to Torzag. But if we go back to Lumen, maybe. But even Lumen doesn't seem like a very good place to buy, sell to. No. I'm sure there's an easy way of looking through this without having to, like, scroll through everything. I haven't quite figured out how to do these. I mean, I get how those sort. Oh, that's what we're looking for. I could put them where I want them. Yeah, nothing's gonna make me any money. Well, okay. Well, you know what? I want to go see me. So we're going to Torzag. We're not bringing anything with us. We will buy a stack of these things if I can. I'm not sure why it's not letting me. Maybe there's not enough here. It says there's 300 of them though. Shift click. Not working. Click drag. Not working. Well, 6 days I think is enough. Let's see if we can get a 7th day. Problem is when I click too fast, it thinks it's double clicking. We need to rest anyway, so let's go ahead and rest. Okay, we lost some vigor there. Okay, so we're good to go. Let's get. And I think we're gonna run down. We're gonna run this way. We're just gonna run down the road. If I have enough to unlock, no. I spent my insight there, didn't I? Oh, my insight. Okay, my insight leveled up. Okay, okay. Anyways, it was my insight leveling them up. I do now though. So we're gonna run down the road here and make our way over back to Torzog. We got enough supplies for it. Not really a very worthwhile day. Or 4 days. Keep on trying to buy some supplies, which we don't need to do. That was a critical success. We don't necessarily need to do that because we can get, when we get into Torzag here, we can rest and buy more. I got nothing to hide. Pay the tax. Am I that poor all of a sudden? I guess because I'm having to pay for everybody. Okay, so let's go. Vernum's too far away. Yeah. Where's Sunrock? We're not going up that way. I want to go up here to, like, Crossroads. Crystal's up there. Okay, these aren't helping me anyway. Vernum's too far away. I don't care about that. I know there's things we can buy here, though. Maybe I didn't have enough money. Oh, maybe I didn't have enough money to buy supplies. That's why I'm broke. I'm buying all the supplies. I got no money. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna go up to. We don't know Crossroads either. Okay, I got 7 days of stuff. I think we can kind of just like we can probably we can scavenge our way up there. I think it's fine. My upkeep is what's like making me broke here. I got too many people. I think I need to let some folks go. My upkeep here. Workers are only 8 though. My fighters are expensive. Do we know what is cheap here in Torzag? Not really. Dyes, maybe. But not really sure. We need to like find a job. Let me see if I can like find something. We're in the market district. There's Braxius. What can I sell? Oh, I can sell you nothing. Oh, I have my dwarven gadget. I forgot about that. I'm gonna sell it to you because I don't have any money, and I gotta make some money. Oh, whoops, that one. What kind of special gear do I have? I don't have any special gear. Oh. I have that little statue that I bought. Any news? News remembers changes hands. I can spend some coin to fish for some news. How much? We got news about the Fort Viridium. Which I'm not going to go back that way. Well, that's not what I want. We'll browse the goods here at the market. Oh, buy bogweed here. Oh. Okay. Is that a good deal? I don't know. That's going to go in our... Okay. No, I'm not going to buy any of that stuff. Let's leave here. Let's go into... Let's just explore the city. See what we can find. So let's go for a stroll. Jovial Tarkian baker selling his wares. I can buy some sweets for one coin. Bunch of sweets for the crew. No. None of that. Let's go to the Undercity. We've been to the bathhouse. We've been everywhere else. We haven't been to the alchemist. Let's go to the alchemist. True to hearsay, a small workshop is hidden away in one of the worst parts of the Undercity. Housed by a decrepit building, looks uninhabited from the outside. The alchemist shop occupies some rooms in the cellar of the compound. Smells are invading your nostrils as you enter. The spectacle of so many jars, hanging dried plants, and odd minerals is no less potent. Alchemist is grumbling, ragged thing. You have difficulty telling if it's a very ugly old woman or bent old man with greasy long hair. You refrain from asking. Besides, it's not interested in chatting, only doing business. Do I have anything that you want to buy? No. You just want to buy things from me. I can't just talk to you, huh? Medical supplies. I can buy some poison and alchemical tools. No, thanks. We'll walk around the lakes. We did this before. Can we go into... I think maybe we just leave. We'll rest first. Sell my news. We'll rest. Pick up a little cash. Failed. We need to be better at picking up cash. Riven's too far away. Yeah, it sure is. Riven is the main source of metal in the Northern Empire. All the scrappers bring in their hauls to smelt in the city. In reality, most shipments of ore arrive at Torzag from the mines of plenty controlled by the Dragon Lords. So you're saying that metal is cheap here is what I hear. Be like bronze. Is it cheap here? Not really. Not really. Obsidian, not cheap here either. Yeah, I'm not having luck here. Everything seems to be tough to find the right good prices for things. Like, you gotta know beforehand. You can't just go wandering around. But we're gonna wander around. Let's go walk out towards the city gates. Free to leave. Okay, so we want to go. I'm not sure we'll make it. We'll try to make it to Crossroads here and see what we can get at Crossroads. That'll be our first stop. Maybe we'll walk. Can always stop paying my folks, I suppose. We're gonna make sure we do this because we give us supplies every day. We can always stop eating so much as well. Quick camp and auto march makes exploration easier. Auto march will make it so when you choose to travel beyond your normal movement, it'll automatically proceed. I can use my march things there. Quick camp will give you an additional option when I travel. Allows you to instantly camp ending the day without the usual UI pop-up. Oh. Hey. That's nice. Okay, to Crossroads. Acquire supplies lets you set conditions through which you can automatically acquire supplies in a day. Oh, okay. So as long as it's this, we can do it. As long as okay. What is it right now? As long as it's 30% chance or whatever. We'll lower it a little bit. Like that. And at least 150 supplies. Sure. We get anything out of that. I don't think we did it. We're going to go ahead and press on to that one. Press on and make it to Crossroads. Three large marble obelisks stand silently where the Emperor's Road and the Windway meet. Sometimes Komatati stop here before continuing their arduous journey north, south, or east. Standing stones care little for such visitors as they witness so many of their short-lived kind pass by. Take a look around. Grand junction of where the Emperor's Road meets the Windway. It all comes together, throbbing heart of the whole region. Rather disappointing, the three lean standing stones about 60 feet high surround the crossroads. Impressive as they may be simply because of their sheer size. Otherwise featureless, and there's nothing else of interest here. At least not at the moment. You know for a fact that this can be quite a busy site as long as a lot of other Komatati and other travelers pass through here. I'll look around for a bit. Send a few scouts out, look around for yourself. After some searching, you come upon some tracks. I'll take a look at them. Track the footprints for a while, just as you start thinking they are hopelessly lost. In the sand, you spy a small object not far ahead. A hut of some sort, if you're not mistaken. I will investigate. You can see not much of a shack as you get closer, but merely an awning riddled with holes fastened to some sticks can be adjusted to give shelter from the wind as the need arises. A small fire, really just embers, glimmers before it. Strewn around, there are some frugal belongings: an earthenware bowl, flask, a few crude instruments. Sitting by the fire is a scrawny woman dressed in rags. Her age is hard to tell because of all the dirt covering her and the shaggy mop of hair concealing her face. She's not young. Her eyes sparkle with astonishing vitality, and she doesn't seem to be surprised or startled by your presence in the least. Pray tell, wanderer, she addresses you. You don't happen to have some spare grub on you for a poor buka of the wastes? I'm a wee bit hungry and thirsty. Last weeks haven't been kind. What are you doing out here all alone? Good questions. I'm not famished. I'm quite famished. Would you mind giving me a few scraps of food, maybe some water or not? No pressure there, of course. I know times are hard. Yeah, okay. I'll give you just 2 supplies. Oh, they're losing loyalty. Bless your soul, she says after some eager gulps of water. Muka is ever so grateful. You ask her who she is. Questions. Hush now. I'm mighty tired, but if you've been kind to me, come back sometime later, and who knows, Muka might have answers for you. Or even other things to trade for your help. A lot of curious goods tend to fall off carts around these parts. Your first impulse is to question her further, but you can see it would be no use. Munching on her newly acquired food, she retreats to underneath her awning, humming a quiet tune, staring into the distance and not paying you any further attention. Now, I was hoping for like a prize or something. That's all there is to Crossroads? Okay, we're going to go make our way up to Valerius. That's where we want to go. So we will, I guess we'll camp up there. I'm going to, well, I'll pay you guys later. I'm going to lower my rations to half. And we'll end the day. I do want you guys to like to keep on like searching around though, you know. Hey, success. We're going to go over here to Valerius. We're going to go up this way. Your crew finds it nearby when the Komatati starts makes a short stop. A pile of stones, and around it, arranged in a pattern, some carved tokens. Small offerings of all kinds placed next to the tiny shrine. No question about it, the sacred place is dedicated to Irafon, Saint of Roads. A seasoned traveler yourself, you're aware that the elusive holy figure might bestow blessings on those who aid others on the road. I'll say a prayer. Hey, Irafons, you're all right. You don't feel his power. Maybe he doesn't look at you with favor. Well, maybe I don't look at him with favor. Let's camp here. No, we didn't do it. Okay, that's what I want. Let's rest here. There we go. People are getting a little hungry. Only 3 insight, so I can't really do what I want to do. make it to Valerius, though. Inky shadows and dark designs rule the tunnels below the sun-scorched rocky hills that hide the township of Valerius. Even though no sane soul trusts the furtive wraiths who reside here in great numbers, and the region is completely barren, vagabonds, scoundrels, and smugglers frequent the town, often enough to make these caverns a popular stop for comatati of the shadier variety. Let's take a look around. Not very welcoming. Not especially striking. Deep in the desert, abandoned-looking hovels frame a hole in the ground. Motley crew of guards mill around this gate. They're around this gate to the underground, trying to stick to the shadows. Inside the settlement, the situation does not improve much. It's a cave system, sordid and stinking of garbage. The air is slightly less scalding than on the surface. A layer of greasy grime covers the buildings. You have to light torches to see your way down in this heart of this place. A hive of scum and villainy, says one of the scouts, as if quoting a play. The comitatus gets to a large cavern with several small corridors leading out of it. A small child comes to you. She's one of the wraiths, white-skinned, completely hairless, and black-eyed. Her smile shows jagged teeth. Hey, Vagrus, I can show you around town. 3 changers, and you'll see everything Valeria has to offer you. All right. Tiny Wraith leads you one of the quarters and tells you this one leads to the office of the Comarchus. You pay your dues here. Suddenly, the little white waif slips into one of the cracks in the wall and leaves without a wave. You're not sure if you could fit your arms in the hole she disappeared into. Finds yourself in a large central cavern. Based on its size, this might be the main plaza of the town. No trade signs or town crier, not even beggars. As the comitatus wanders into the square, a crowd of wraiths and humans swarm forward from the little holes in the wall of the floor. They don't have weapons. Many of them are naked, are only covered with a loincloth. They jump into the carts and start grabbing whatever they can find. My carts? Beat him back, but don't kill him. Hey, look. That's me. That's me. The guards start hitting the attackers with blunt weapons and the flats of their blades. They're too good at avoiding the blows and grabbing what they can. At length, they flee into the holes nearby. One of them is able to pull an amphora off a cart. As the goods spill out, there's a congregation of the attackers on it right away, but they flee quickly once they have grabbed something. A young man steps out from one of the large archways on the plaza. He's clothed in a gaudy red and golden tunic, carries a huge key. He has 2 men in his entourage in leather armor and armed with spears. Without any reaction or comment on the attack of a few moments before, he greets you pompously. The new comitatus arriving at our beautiful town. I am the Comarchus, Gaius Carus Tarquinius. Please, Vagrus, come in and let us get through the official issues. What issues could there be? I know you want a dad joke. But I've been struggling. I'm struggling to find some good dad jokes. You know, I found a bunch of them that are a bunch of like umbrella dad jokes, but man, they just always go over people's heads. I found some other ones. I found some nice steak jokes, but man, steak jokes are just they're a medium, rarely well done. The issue of taxes, of course. He takes a long look at the carts, mounts, and people behind you and smiles. Your comitatus looks to be thriving. It will be no issue for you to pay the paltry sum of a bros and earn the legal right to enter the city and participate in trading in perpetuity. This guy looks sketchy. This guy looks real sketchy. I don't know what's going on, but he looks real sketchy. He looks real sketchy. I ask him for some identification. The colorful tunic hems and haws, asks for a minute of your time, and goes back through the grand arch he came in through. After a quarter of an hour, you get impatient and check the entrance. Turns out there is no hall or rooms behind it, only a small crack in the wall leading down to deeper caves. There's no trace of him. I've been the victim of some old-fashioned skullduggery. There's a commotion going on also. Besides the sounds of haggling, pickpocketing, and whoring, loud cries now rise in volume in the main plaza and thus draws you out of the Mancio. Hang him! They yell. Let him go! Call the other ones. Seems there is some kind of justice being doled out. The platform has been raised. Not too high, of course, as there is an uncommonly large crowd around it. Humans and wraiths. There's indeed a trial going on. The thief was captured after breaking into the caves of Gennemima, one of the powerful women of the city, a brothel owner. It is a farce. There is no more justice and law in Valerius than the amount you can pay or fight for. Seems that it was a bad choice to make the whole process public. The enemies of Janamima appeared in great numbers and started to defend the thief's actions only for the sake of making the madam uncomfortable. What should have been simple execution thus turns into a big shouting match. Some more enterprising and neutral onlookers started to sell lichen beer into the crowd. Sell it? Well, sell lichen beer in the crowd, while others are making bets on the outcome. Speeches and general feelings are getting more and more heated. I'll take a closer look. Instead of a real trial, several people close to each other start to speak very loudly about rights and justice and truth. One of them, a well-known robber, argues that the thievery in question was to provide some food for the children of the thief. Therefore, should be able to walk away freely. A wraith talks at length about the right of not being judged to be a cannibal because someone eats human meat. This one is not really connected to the case. Another one cries out loud that the sanctity of ownership is an inalienable right in Valerius. They stifle their laughter. I only need some bread because the circus is already here. Outcome of the debate is that judgment should commence, but the current jury is so clearly biased that they need someone more independent. Madam Janamima points at you, a Vagrus, well-respected in their conduct, and without open connections to either side of the case, you'd be perfect for the job. I will accept the responsibility. I tell you, securing justice is one of the more important duties of a Vagrus. They present their views on the case. The thief presses the issue of stealing under the duress. There are several children depending on his income. From 3 different women. He got caught only because he was misinformed about the timing of the brothel guards' positions. Argues he should not be punished because of the incompetence of his informant. Janamima, the madam, states that the thief has been caught red-handed and should already be dead if one of her advisors had not had the idiotic idea of making a whole public affair public. She asks for immediate execution for the sake of security of the community. According to her, the thief has been responsible for most of the thefts and robberies in Valerius in the last year. Although this would have clearly required the close coordination of restless labor of dozens of professionals. Some onlookers call for a lenient judgment. Just cut one of his hands off. What's my decision? Off with his head. Off with his head. Stand up. You proclaim your judgment. The thief should die. Most of the crowd gasps loudly, either from surprise or from joy. There will be blood, after all. The thief looks shocked, but there is not much time for him to process the events. He is taken to the stone used for official proclamations, which also serves as a place of execution. A large and serrated obsidian blade is placed in my hand. After all, it was my judgment, and now you have to act accordingly. Or you can hand it to someone else. The only one applying for the position is a wraith child, maybe 6 years old. Decide to refrain from giving this opportunity to a minor. If she botches it, it'd be your fault too. The blade's quite sharp, but you have to swing it hard. Heads are attached to the neck by bones and tendons. It's hard to get through your spine. Your first try only opens the skin. The second chop gets deeper, but the blade gets stuck between the vertebrae. You have to tug it out. The crowd alternates between booing and offering advice, as well as complaints about the incompetent headsman. On the third try, you manage to bisect the spine. You have to saw it with the blade a few times to get the head off. The wraith kid grabs it as it rolls down from the stone. It oozes blood and saliva. She smiles at you and raises the head in the air. Then she is gone. An adult wraith appears and asks for the body. You're still unable to answer, which he takes as agreements. The corpse is taken away to serve as the main course a few weeks later. Justice has been dealt, such as it is. You feel sick? Let's eat. Nice. I can't think of a better way to end a live stream than that. We found me. We had a little execution. We had a snack. Good stuff. Good stuff. We got riches in the north. Obsidian and metal are much in demand in the city of Devon. Okay. That's helpful stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, this is Vagrus, the Riven Realms. It's been out for a long time, and it's still being updated. And it is being updated, I think, pretty regularly. I follow these folks on Twitter, and I see their updates from time to time. Let's see. We can get a different beast of burden, huh? Well, reptile beast of burden versus mammal beast of burden. Oh, interesting. Anyway, this is a good place to call it a day. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I never like start losing my voice during live streams, but I'm starting to because it's a lot of talking. Anyway, this is Vagrus. It's out. It's been out for a long time. We're gonna say this is gonna be the 2025 one. I wonder if I have my other ones in here. Save that one. Is that my save button? Save button. If we were to like load, what do we have in here? Oh, nothing. Oh, cause. Oh, and there's the Pilgrims of the Wasteland quests chain. Yeah. Anyway, there we go. There is Vagrus. It came out like what 2021, and this new update just came out. Where's the thing about this? The Heart of the Ruin is sorry, I'm not up to date on my news. I think so. The Heart of the Ruin is not out yet. They're working on that one. But this update just came out May 28th. This patch. So yeah, and they're definitely still sticking with it. Yeah, look at that. Good stuff. Anyway, there is a Vagrus. It's part of this turn-based Thursday fest. There's all kinds of good stuff in here. In fact, we'll probably play a few of these. I know, in fact, not probably. We would be playing a few of these in the next few days. Some good sales in here. So, anyway, let's call it a day. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be here tomorrow, and we will play something else.
Praise on Tinty.
Praise on Tinty.